really busy this week. Now, just give me a chance to get set up. Good news, Holly is on her way from where she's been staying. About 30 minutes away, fingers crossed. Now then, where are we? Dum dum dum. Turn the volume down. Coolio. How's the audio and the video and stuff? How's it look? There we go. Adverts. Oh, chat is working straight up this time, and there's lots going on. Wow. Okay, we'll start at the top. We've got a few viewers, which is nice. Simon Raw is back in the workshop. Good morning, Simon. Welcome back, mate. It's great to have you on board again. Oh, Holly sent me a message. Hang on. Sorry, Simon, cutting you off there. Excellent. Right, she's just getting in the car now. Simon says, good morning, Andy, Holly, and crew. Okay, Holly will be here soon, Simon. She's on the way. I thought I'd warm you guys up first, so you've got a bit of time to get all your questions ready, because this is a very unique opportunity to ask Holly, questions directly. It's not often this comes up. Purple Monkey 1974 goes on to say, hi, everybody. Big clap. Cheers, Purple Monkey. Kill Switch BB, hi crew, hope all is well in your own corners of the world. Hi to Holly. Thanks, Kill Switch, appreciate it. She'll like that. Now then, where are we? Kills. Oh, there's more. Hang on, Holly, you've been missed. Holly, question. Okay, keep your questions till she gets here, because these are all going to disappear off the screen. All right. So I won't read that out just yet, but I have read it. Thank you. Pete, good morning, Andy, Holly and crew. How was your week? Did the CB750 get done? And I liked the lathe video. Well, thanks for liking the lathe video. I actually, by the end of it, was, and as I'm sure, oh, hang on. Holly's messaged me again. Oh, where do I leave the keys for the room? Oh, just in the room. Honestly, live TV, coordinating stuff at the moment, it's hard work. Yeah, lathe video. Should have gone out as a fail video, really, shouldn't it? But I didn't want to spoil the series, and yeah, I really messed up with that. But we're only human, we all make mistakes, and that was when I was editing it up, I was actually hitting the end stock, not directly at the top of that that slit that had been machined out for the spacer, or the semicircular piece anyway. I was hitting it more to one side, but even so, I shouldn't have been hitting it. It's cast iron. You're going to break it, Andy. And of course, proved myself right, didn't I? It's more haste, less speed is what it's all about. And end of the day, I'm making a video. I can take as long as I want. I just press record and I'm ready. But I didn't. I was just in the mix of it. I just wanted to get on. And get on with Alan's bike, actually. Purple Monkey 1974. Will the pie review be a topical Christmas mince pie? No, it's a good idea, and we've still got another. Have we still got another? I think we've still got another Sunday, haven't we? When's Christmas Eve? Friday. Oh, Friday. Yeah. Okay. So there'll be a Christmas pie review, some kind. We'll work something out. On the Sunday, whatever day that turns out to be. So, Boxing Day, wasn't it? Boxing Day morning. God, I've got to get out of bed early again for that one. Give up my Boxing Day. Now, CB750, don't want to give anything away, but it's not in the workshop. It's not in the workshop. So I'm not going to say any more than that, but it's not in the workshop. And it could be, because it's not, well, it's a Honda, so it could be in the workshop, obviously. Now then, Roger Heaps, good morning, Andy and crew. Hope we are all doing well this week. Yes, good morning, Roger. It's been a very busy week again. Lots of stuff to try, lots of loose ends, lots of things to try and get done before the Christmas shutdown. I've had it confirmed only a couple of days ago. I had to get it authorized, obviously, but going to be making another batch of those footwell plates, which is it's a big fabrication job. A lot of sandblasting, as you know. Obviously, that won't happen. I'm going to order the laser cutting. That will happen very shortly, tomorrow probably, at some point. But the lead time for that's going to be back end of January before I can get those picked up. In actual fact, they should be ready from when I finish the bike trip, and then I can go and get them, and then we can make a start and get everything done. But yeah, great news. It's another big project for the workshop, and it certainly helps for sure. And they seem to be, the techs are fitting them really well, and it's solving the problem. So I'm very, very pleased with that. And I even got some pretty good comprehensive fitting instructions put together for them, which I was quite pleased about. Nothing over the top, simple, straight to the point, lots of photos, which is important, and broke it down to lots of little steps. Right, Mike Bazansky, good morning, Andy and crew. Sitting in the airport in Texas, waiting to fly home. Holy moly, mate, you're spending a lot of time in the airport at the moment. Steve is in the workshop. Good morning, Steve. Hope you're all good, mate. I've put your banner up. How's that? There's a reason for that. You'll see that. You'll find out later on. Obviously, you can tell that Holly's bike, the DR200, is on the hoist. We had a full day's filming on that yesterday, and we've got quite a bit more to do today. We got halfway through fitting a replacement clutch pack to the bike, but obviously, as you know, you've got to leave when you have a wet clutch with friction plates, you've got to leave them immersed in oil to soak overnight before you fit them. So they are currently soaking over there, so we can crack on with that after the live stream, get it finished, and then we've got a few other little bits and pieces to do. I've got a list somewhere, yeah, and then we've got some photos to do in the workshop and some video shorts to do as well, which should be cool. Hopefully, we'll have time to get it all in. And then I've got to drive back up to Auckland with the big trailer and a bike on the trailer. Is that saying too much? Hi, Andy and Holly. Everyone, Merry Christmas. Thank you, Steve. Dave C. Perfect call to have Holly on for the pre-Christmas live stream. It's worked out really well, to be honest. It has. It's been well worth the wait. Killswitch BB, Christmas tree from Simply Diagnostics. Holly in the room. If someone puts up mistletoe, I'm out of here. I agree. Mistletoe. That was a very good idea. I missed out this year, didn't I? Right. Steve, yeah, laugh. Simon, good to see you, Steve. Absolutely. It's great to have you back, Steve. It really is. Yeah, we've all been very concerned, to be honest. You never quite know what's going on, but you do worry. Big thumbs up. Yeah, absolutely, Steve. Good job, mate. Pete Woodfine. Hi, Holly. Hang on. Just hold back with your hi, Holly stuff. She's not here yet. She will be here in probably about 25 minutes or so. She's got to get changed when she gets here, and then she'll be in the workshop. Scrolling down. Rodney Long Jr. Hi, Andy from Missouri, USA. Good morning, Rodney. Great to have you on board, matey. Now then, Jim K. Morning, Jim. Was Holly able to find close accommodation? Yeah, the normal place, because Auckland has been released to the rest of the country. Hang on. And I can't say too much because YouTube get really upset. But anyway, there's essentially, for whatever reason, and you all know why, many Aucklanders, and we're talking, mass exodus out of the Auckland area. Basically, they weren't allowed to leave. They are now allowed to leave, and sure as hell they're leaving and going on holiday, like immediately. And all the accommodation around this area is all fully booked. I rang them like 3 days earlier. Hey, you got plenty of space? Yeah, sweet. Yeah, no problem. Okay, I'll be taking a room for Holly. I'll give you a call in a couple of days, get it all booked in. Rang back a couple of days, fully booked, absolutely packed out, not even a cupboard for her to sleep in, which, she probably wouldn't like. But anyway, so she's about half an hour away. And Mrs. Mechanic has very kindly gone out to go and pick her up this morning. just to let Holly have a bit more of a lie in, because we didn't finish till quite late last night. She puts a lot of hours in, does Holly, when she's down here. She's a great lass. Simply Diagnostics looking good there, Andy. Oh, cheers, Steve. Did the hair for you, mate. How's that? You know, you like that? There's a story behind that. We did a location video yesterday morning. There's the first video, which is going to go out on the start of the first video on the DR from this weekend. I won't tell you anything about it, but we spent about an hour filming it, and I think you'll like it. Pretty cool. Simon Rawle showed the old man the tailstock video. He said, grind it back, aluminium, bronze, TIG, braze. I want to go a bit, I don't just want to refix the broken piece. I want to go one step further. I want to basically re-engineer the back end of that tailstock to make it better and to put a bit more effort in to fixing what I broke, if you know what I mean. So I've yet to plan it all. I've got a really good idea. I'm pretty sure it'll work. In fact, I'm certain it will work, and it'll look really good, and it'll prevent it from happening again in the future, and all that kind of stuff. So I think we're going to be good, but it might take a few months for it to get fixed. You know, I've got lots to do with the rest of the lathe, and that can happen, well, when it happens, to be honest. Machine NZ, morning, Andy. Feeling very embarrassed now. Good morning. Yeah, I broke the Myford, as you saw. Yeah. Enough of that. Connor K, morning, Andy. Audio and video are good. Wow, all those comments have come through before I even asked that question. That's ridiculous. Machine NZ, shame with the tailstock, but fix. Yeah. So you brought it up again, didn't you? Yeah, thanks. Thanks for that. Appreciate it. It is fixable though. There's nothing can't be, you know, you can fix everything you try hard enough. George Bonnie 90. Hello everybody. Good morning, George. Great to have you back, matey. Stuart, hi from Takanini. That's in New Zealand. Good morning. You're in the future with me. Celebration time. We're going to get to Christmas and get our presents before anybody else. That's awesome, isn't it, Steve? No. Pete, come on, everyone. Hit the like, please. Help Andy out. Help out Andy. How many likes? 27 likes. 43 viewers. Right. Now, obviously, we're getting a lot more viewers because Tool Girl Holly is going to be on the show this morning. She's on her way, so hang in there. She's on her way. She's probably about 20 minutes away. I don't know what time we are. 13 minutes in. Yeah, probably sometime shortly after 9 o'clock she'll be on. But she has to get changed first, which won't take long because, you know, she's very, very professional. Now, Embray says, I hit the like despite your ugly mug, Andy. I actually haven't got a mug here at the moment. There's no coffee. I was so busy sorting stuff out, I didn't get another coffee sorted. So no coffee this morning. Maybe Mrs. Mechanical make me one when she gets back. Now, Scott Patterson. Morning, mates. Good morning, Scott. Hope you're all good. I do enjoy seeing your posts on Facebook and all those shiny motorcycles that you have. None of mine is shiny. Now, Simon Rawle. What's this thing about in New Zealand banning smoking? Oh, don't go there, Simon. They publish the fact they want to go 100% smoke-free on the marketing side of it, you know, and then in reality, when you drill down and read all the information behind it, they want to achieve 80%. At the end of the day, though, if you speak to the accountants at the government, they're very happy for us to keep smoking, aren't they? Because they get all the tax. So I'm not going to worry about it. It is what it is. If they get more expensive, I just probably smoke a little bit less. I don't smoke a lot. 2 packets would last me a week, I'm sure, on a normal week. Now then, where are we? Robert Stevens. Hi, Andy. Good morning, Robert. Hope you're well, sir. It's a nice, shiny, sunny day today. It's not too hot. Perfect conditions, actually, for us to film. Yesterday was brilliant. Overcast, but not raining. Nice, not too warm in the workshop. And Holly really likes the carport because it does make a big difference in keeping the temperature down in the workshop, because the big doors at the back, the metal doors, don't heat up. which is, well, that was the plan. And I get a cowball out of it, which is good. Now then, where are we? Mike Adams, howdy y'all. Morning, Mike. John Dwyer, hi Andy, long time no see. I've been done with the Rona. 4 months in hospital, all good now, just a bit weak. Yeah, they say that you never really fully recover. There's always a little bit of residual weakness and stuff. It depends obviously on the person, but it's pretty bad. But it's good to have you back, matey, and out of hospital. Well done. It's something which it's going to affect all of us at some point, and we've just got to hang in there and do our best and support each other. It's important for that. Ed Foster, hello from Michigan. Good morning, Ed. Welcome aboard, matey. The workshop's getting pretty full. We've got 40 people in here at the moment. That's quite a lot of people for a small workshop like this. Purple Monkey, 1974. As you're coming out of restrictions, we in the UK are looking at a possible lockdown in January for 2 weeks. New variant. Yeah, we've got the new variant here. I don't want to talk to it. We've got that here now, but it's only at the border. Aucklanders have been released, as you know. They're all over New Zealand now. Eloise called me from Queenstown. They were in Queenstown by 9 a.m. The border opened at midnight, and there were people in Queenstown from Auckland by 9 a.m. They basically flew out as soon as they possibly could. Believe me, they've dispersed all over New Zealand, and I think in the January period after the holidays, there has to be a massive spike. There has to be. It's just going to flood the country. I think I can't see any reason why it wouldn't. That's sort of the logical thing about it. But hey, don't want to talk about it too much. We keep going on to that subject, and YouTube will no doubt tell me off for it. Steve, first dibs on Christmas certainly is awesome. I'd agree. Robert Stevens, hi from Florida. Good morning, Robert, and hello, Florida. Killswitch BB, John, wishing you a speedy recovery. Absolutely. Great to have you home, though. Mike Adams, have you ever heard or experienced an engine being addicted to ether, even after a fresh rebuild, the engine still refusing to start without it? If so, what causes it? I did have a generator that we had, a diesel generator, which, it got a bit reluctant to start, and maybe the battery was getting a bit tired, and it wasn't my own doing, but I found out after a while, the staff, this was at the off-road centre, and the generator was used to power the sort of reception area, because there was no mains down there. It was middle of nowhere, and they'd been using Easy Start on that diesel generator for quite a few weeks, and I wasn't particularly happy about it, because when you fire them up, they really knock to the engines. It's not a good. It really doesn't sound good for the engine. I can understand every now and again, and when it's an emergency situation, using that kind of stuff. But if it becomes a regular occurrence, then you've obviously got an underlying problem that needs to be resolved. And that knock, if you continue to do it over time, must cause some kind of damage. It must do. So yes, that's the only experience I've had with it. But I would suggest there's an underlying issue. I don't think it, other than potential damage, if there's no damage, I don't think it causes any changes to the engine. You've just got an underlying problem. I think that's my take on it. I could be wrong. JJ, morning, Andy and crew. Good morning, JJ. Oh, geez, it jumped. Where do we go? Where do we go? There we are. UK Weekend Workshop. Mike Adams, it's a similar thing to lead memory in the older engines from the old leaded fuel. Okay. Embray Smith, Mike. Banana Brooks, addiction to ether is rubbish. They either merely mask other faults. There you go. Embray Smith, you have a fuel problem. Pete, it's probably injector spray pattern. That's, if it's not atomizing the fuel properly, it ain't gonna start. I'll take it, it's injection. Pete, Andy, It's been cold and foggy here in California, USA. 2.2 degrees Celsius. How's it down there? Well, in the workshop at the moment, it probably feels about 18 because the things are just starting to warm up. It's what, 10 to 9 in the morning. It will get a lot warmer in here, but it hopefully won't get too hot. During the day outside, we're probably mid-20s most days at the moment, centigrade. Although last night was quite a cold night because it was a clear sky from about tea time onwards. So all the heat just went. And of course, we've got the summer sheets on the bed, and it was freezing last night. Not literally freezing, but it felt very cold because, it was a sudden shock. JJ, excellent work on the Myford, by the way. I sense possibly a little bit of sarcasm there. Yes, thank you very much. I would agree. Thank you. Well, if we leave the end stock out of the equation, really appreciate the compliment. The end stock didn't go to plan, did it? All these reminders. Roger Heaps, injectors, timing, or compression would be only reasons. And Bray Smith, thank you, Banana. Crazy ideas come from people that do not study the problem. Yes, I agree completely. People will happily shoot from the hip, and you'll have an underlying problem. That's my take on it, and that's a lot of other people's take. JJ, lol, sorry, mate. It's all right, mate. I take it on the chin. It's all good. Hey, we all make mistakes, and when I was editing that video up, I kept rewinding it, reversing it and going back to when it wasn't broken, and then when it was broken and not broken. And that was the point in time that I messed up. Recorded and put out to the world. I can never take it back, can I? Steve, seems strange you're talking about coming into summer when it's winter here. I know it's topsy-turvy land down here. And we're in the future. It's all messed up. Can't get my head around it. So, gone through, caught up with the comments. Thank you all very much so far for the comments. Really good. Glow plugs, possibly. Check them out. Don't forget, sometimes systems have post-glow as well as pre-glow. So, it might start and then struggle to run because the post-glow is not working. And be aware, not all glow plugs run at 12 volts. So don't just whack 12 volts on them because you'll burn them out. Yes, I speak from experience. When I was very young, I did that. In fact, what was I doing? I was fitting a Nissan. Oh, I've forgotten. It was a 1.7, normally aspirated, straight 4-cylinder diesel into a Suzuki Jeep. And I had to use a couple of ballast resistors out of a Land Rover to get the voltage down to what it should have been. And it worked brilliantly after that. Pretty good. Inline resistors. Big glowy ones, Laura Hudson. Laura. My eyesight's terrible. Laura Hudson says something which is probably spam. JJ, anyone who ain't broken out ain't made anything. Exactly. I could have left that lathe as it was and given it to Ben as it was, and it would have been okay. It worked, but it needed fixing. It was 50 odd years old, it wanted some love, and I felt compelled to fix it. That's what we do as mechanics. You're quite right, JJ. Thank you. Simon Rawl. The ML4 uses 2 semicircular retainers screwed into the back of the stock. Yeah, you see, that's going along the lines of what I'm thinking. Robert Stevens, a super chat. Hey, I hardly ever get those. Thank you very much, Robert. I really, really appreciate it. And Merry Christmas to you too, matey. Now then, 2:54 p.m. on December the 18th in Florida. What's the time and date over there right now? Okay, brace yourself. It is coming up to 5 to 9 in the morning. So 8:55 a.m. on Sunday. It'll be the 19th of December, 2021. I know. We're in the future. If only we could play your lottery numbers here now, I could tell you what they are, and you'd all be rich by the end of the day. Hang on, I've jumped a couple because that one stood out. So thank you again, Robert. Really appreciate that. Purple Monkey 974. Did you get Holly her own pie? Andy pie, Holly pie, and they're both the same. We're going to do a dual review of these pies, and that was done at request. But it's going to be fun, and it's a pie that I know not the brand of pie that I know she likes, but the filling is a filling that I know she likes, and that's why we've gone for it. Yes, so Holly is going to be joining in with the pie review once she gets here. She shouldn't be too far away now, maybe in about another 10 minutes, about 5, maybe 5 past at the latest, I think, maybe 10 past 9. So hang in there, crew. So what's been happening this last week? Well, I have to think about it. So we finished the live stream last Sunday. And then I broke the lathe. I did the final video on the Myfords. So that project is now to a point where it's at a stop. I need to make a list of all the final bits and pieces that I need and get those ordered. And then they should be here probably sometime in February, knowing my luck. And then we can during that time, Mrs. Mechanic will get everything cleaned up and ready for reassembly. And then we can start some videos putting it back together. Obviously, one of the videos is going to be the repair of the end stock, which I broke, as you all well know, and we constantly get reminded about. I'll never live it down. Now, once that was done, I was very eager to get back onto Alan's CB750K2 because I had all the parts, and he'd asked me very, very politely, as my boss, and as my friend, mainly as my friend, but I can't put to one side the fact he's my boss, so that's always going to be there in the background. He asked if he could have the bike back by the 20th of December, which is tomorrow for us people that live in New Zealand. So I really had to pull my finger out. I also had to get everything ready for the filming with Holly this weekend. So I had to focus on Alan's bike and get the videos done, but I didn't want to rush them. The bike, absolutely, as it's done all the way through this project, it has bitten me on the ass numerous times, and you're all aware of that because most of you have seen the videos. This is not on video, so it's not a spoiler alert, but it's something that I'm going to tell the live stream viewers because you are so loyal. In the video, I'd replaced the front flexi. That was the last job to do. 2 pieces, replaced it all, new copper washers, new banjos. But I didn't cover the bleed up on camera because, well, we've done it before on a previous video on that series. So I was bleeding it up and it was coming right. It was feeling really good, actually, was the lever. And I came just to get the last bit of air out, opening and closing the bleed nipple, and it just gave. And I'm like, and I wasn't being rough with it at all. And the bleed nipple's always been a little bit wobbly on the threads. And it just gave, and you know where this is going. It stripped the threads. And I couldn't believe it. I was just like, you are kidding me. And there was a lot more words well, there was profanities, there was tools thrown around. I was in a bit of a, I was not a happy bunny at all. And so I had a cigarette, had a coffee, calmed down, and had a little think, because I can't hand the bike back with no front brake. It's not going to happen. So I had a rummage around, and I wanted really a time cert, because it's a high use bolt, is a bleed nipple. Didn't have a time cert the right thread size for the bleed nipple. Didn't have another bleed nipple that I could have used that was long enough, so that wasn't going to happen. But I did find a variant to a helicoil kit. Recoil, it's called. It's in the video. Well, is it in the video? I think I did do a summary at the end after the event. I think, can't quite remember now. It's a long time ago, a whole week, and installed the helicoil kit. It was a bit of a ball ache, to be honest. Had to play around with it. It was second attempt. Came to fit the bleed nipple, and it just wouldn't go quite far enough down to seal. It was almost sealed. Oh, this isn't right. So took it out, had a little look at the threads, and thought, okay, let's just take, because there was quite a depth of threads on it. I chucked it in the lathe and took the bottom 2 threads off, which allowed it to sit further down in the casting when you tighten it up, and that solved the problem. So it works, it's good. However, front brake on a motorcycle is critical. It's a safety thing, obviously. And I've also modified now the caliper, which means it would fail certification in its current form if the guy spots it. And I would hope that he would, to be fair. So I've gone back to Alan and said, look, this is what's happened. You need a new caliper outer, the main part of the caliper. And what we'll do is we'll chuck a new piston and seals in at the same time. And then essentially that's actually reconditioned. You know, it's a new caliper as opposed, because I actually never pop the piston out of it, I don't think, from memory. So Alan's like, oh, seriously, more parts? And I'm like, yep, it's for your safety. It needs to be done. And in all honesty, you know, that thread would have gone the next time anybody touched or bled up the front brake, and it would have failed on them. So better it fail now than fail in the future where maybe Alan hasn't got the gear to fix it, or the time, or the inclination to do it. So we'll get that done. The bike is going to go back to Alan for the deadline. The brake does work. It is sealed, but I'm going to recommend to him that he doesn't ride it on the road. And if he does, to be extremely wary of the potential that the front brake, as that caliper warms up, there is a possibility that the bleed nipple could start to weep. So he needs to be aware of it. If he wants to ride it, that's his call. Get him to sign something. And then when the new caliper body turns up, I will pop down with it rebuilt, built up with the piston in, and I'll install it. It's a very quick job, and then his bike's all done. So yet again, it bit me on the ass. CB750. No, my word. Hang on. You're scrolling away. The reason why you're scrolling away is because I'm talking about the week, aren't I? So by Wednesday, 6 p.m, got the bike finished. That's not a spoiler alert. I got it finished. Got everything done. Happy with it. It needs a new battery. The battery just hasn't survived all the sitting around. I have periodically recharged it up and put load on it, and it was fine the last time around, or it started the bike at least. Obviously the capacity was way down. But this time around, just wouldn't take a charge. The plates have obviously corroded up too much. So I thought, well, you know, it came in with a poor start fault, so it's going to go out with a nice new battery in it, and that the battery's actually on charge as we speak. So that I'm going to put that in, check tire pressures, stick it on the trailer, and up it goes. And I'll be delivering that back tomorrow morning on the 20th. So hitting the deadline only just. Now, where are we? Steve, double barrel pie review. Yes, absolutely. So once I'd done that, Thursday, Friday was up to Auckland, get stuff done, work related, obviously, running around trying to collect stuff, and then back home with Holly. Dropped her off at the hotel, half an hour away, on the Friday night, and then got home and yeah, basically watched a little bit of telly and went straight to bed because I was knackered. And then up early Saturday morning, go and get Holly, come down, and a full day's filming. In fact, up very early because I had to open up the workshop, get all the bikes out ready. So we were all set up for filming. So as soon as we got back, we could crack on and get some videos done. So yeah, yesterday was a very busy day. And I'm burning myself out, but I know I've got a break coming up. So I've got to get stuff done. It's just the way it is. Never changes. Purple Monkey, 1974. Roger D. Cheers, mate. Simon, if you need any photos of the ML4 setup, just ask. Yeah, it could be good to send a couple through, Simon, just to give me a heads up on how they did the older ones. I've got a plan, but you know, more information is always good. Dave123, looking forward to the CB750 carb sync video, and so you should. I was very happy with it. It seemed it was okay in my opinion. for an old bike. I mean, there's obviously quite a bit of wear in those carbs, and I've said to Alan, you know, it really needs the carbs properly cleaning in a ultrasonic cleaner and a rebuild kit putting in there, and actually getting tuned properly, because just sinking the carbs isn't tuning it properly. And over the years it'll have been fiddled with, and I can't tune it. I haven't got time to be playing around with 4 carburetors and taking the bike for rides and that kind of stuff. You know, I've done the fix. It starts mint. It starts on the button. I'm very happy with that. You wait, I'll get it to Alan's place and it won't start. You wait, it'll kick me again. Roger, I hope the bike trip can go ahead with the reports I'm hearing out of Auckland. Oh man, don't be saying that, Roger. We're everything's lined up. I've still got a lot of work to do on the bike. Even once we finish today, I've got all the radio gear to fit and get other stuff, other accessories put on there. I've got to do a test ride, check that the radio's working properly and stuff, the comms. But yeah, we're well on with it, and we've got plenty of time to get it done before the start. Nice spider kill. Thank you very much, Pete. Appreciate that. I'm not a fan of spiders. Kill switch. There goes Spider-Man soft spring. Oh, hey, you know, there's a lot of spam going on in these comments. We've got another one there. Look, well, that's Thorn AC. They've obviously made up that name. Simon, one fix is a ball bearing under the bleed nipple. Saved a lot of calipers like that when the customers have drilled them a bit off. That's a very, very neat trick, Simon. That actually might have worked, because I had new bleed nipples with the right thread, but they were too short. Mate, honestly, would never have thought of that. I could have hunted around and found a ball bearing, and away we go. Still not prepared to do that for Alan's bike, because it's a bit of a bodge. I want to, you know, it needs a new caliper body on it. I'm not going to mess around. They're not over expensive. You can still get them. So whilst we can still get them, let's get one, and it's done, and it should last another 50 years. But thank you, Simon. I will remember that. SDMO engine. Good. Thank you. Gwenda Bennett. Again, more spam. Embray Smith says 60 viewed here. Must be the delay from New Zealand. We've got 61 now. We're getting close. Holly should be here any minute, to be honest. I can hear people outside, but no message come through to say she's landed yet. But realistically, she should be here by now. Now then, 404 not found. Hello from the cold country of Canada. Yes, your wintertime up there. George Bonnie 90. Great idea, Simon. It is. That's a bloody good hack, is that, mate? Cheers for that. So we've caught up. We've done the week gone, and we've caught up with the comments. So, and there's no coffee, so it's time for another cigarette whilst we wait. Oh my word, that's that packet gone. Oh, you know when Holly's down here, don't you? Jesus Christ, Holly, smoking all my cigarettes. Right, pretty sure Holly is here. She's just getting her gear on, and should be in very shortly. Banana Brooks, has it been a juggling act deciding on what to carry on the DR, i.e. weight versus breakdown flexibility? It hasn't on this occasion, because I've got a support vehicle shadowing me all the way down. Got a ute, got a roof tent on it. We may stay in, I don't know, we may stay in the odd motel now and again, just have decent showers and stuff. But essentially for the trip and for the video, or the series that we're doing, we'll be camping in that tent on the back. Sorry, chaps. The phone decided it wanted to do a software update. Bloody technology. I need a drink. Hang on, I've got some water over there. Hang on. Bear with me. Bear with me. Admire the banner. Oh, I'm back. I had a quick sneaky peek to see if Holly's here. I didn't see her at the back door, but she can't be far away. Now, this is water, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure it's a sealed bottle, so I'm pretty sure it's nothing else is in there, like battery acid, for example. Yeah, that broke the seal. I'm not going to use the lid because it's covered in dust. If I don't make it into the live stream, you know it was something else. Yeah, tastes like water. Jeez. Okay, we'll survive. So, what's still left to do on the DR? Well, I can read my list from here actually. We're well on the way with the clutch, and it's quite interesting when you pull stuff down. Now, bear in mind this is a farm bike, and it's serviced, and it was a farm bike that was part of the fleet of a government group of farms around New Zealand. I believe they've got about 130 farms across New Zealand, previously called, previously called Landcorp. I think they've got a different name now. They've changed it to some kind of New Zealand Maori kind of name. It spent 3 years on farm. It had done 13,000 kilometers on farm, which is a lot for a farm bike. It'd been on farm for 3 years, which is usually 1 year too long. They should be changing the bikes after 2 years because of the usage. And this one got thrown on the scrap heap, and as you know, it had a lot of stuff wrong with it. We pulled the clutch cover off yesterday, and we pulled the old. Just before we pulled the old clutch pack out, we had a really good look, and we'd found faults already. Even to that stage, we found mistakes that the previous mechanic that had assembled it had made, or shortcuts, not done the job properly, is what I'm trying to say. And yet again, we found with the friction plates, there was an issue. That issue will be in the video. I'm not going to give you the result now. Yes, it worked. Was it done as per the manual? Absolutely not. It really wasn't. It was a bit of a hack job, to be honest. And, it just shows the quality of the techs out there that are working on these farm bikes, to be honest. They tend to be given to the less skilled techs because it's just a farm bike. Just fix it, and I see a lot of bodges on those, not just Suzuki's, but across the board when it comes to fixing bikes. So it's not good. Now then, hang on. We've got some more comments. Hello. Right, Banana Brooks, has it? Yes, it has. Johnny H, that ponytail is absolutely ridiculous. You think? I don't know. I like it. I'm getting really used to it now. When you're having talks with people, you're having a conversation, it throws them way off kilter, and it's hilarious. I must admit, it's quite big today. I don't know why, but it is. It's just evolved. So thank you for that comment, and I'll take it as a compliment. Cheers, Johnny. Kill switch, retracted. Mike, retracted. Oh, my word. What have you been saying? Connor K, play the Holley intro music. Oh, I could do that on my phone, actually. Let me go and open up a video. Hang on, we get to my channel. Where are we? Right, Andy Mechanic. Oh, hang on. Where are we? Oh, don't want that. Jeez, pressed all the wrong buttons here. Your channel. There we are. Honestly, I'm useless when it comes to doing stuff from there. Right. So we're going to need that one. That'll do. We'll use the Myford label.
Through my online store alone, we've sold over $500,000.
Adverts, go away.
That's so crazy.
Right, so I need to pause that, skip the ads. Okay, that should play the intro music. Oh no, it's not the start, is it? Oh God, useless. Just fast forwarding. Bear with me, people. Oh, hang on. Where are we? I'm gonna have to play it quietly to get to the point. They are back. I can hear noise outside. Bear with me. I haven't got it on my laptop, so I can't. This is the only way I can do it. So you're gonna have to hang on. There we go. Right. Turn up the volume. That's ready. Hopefully it'll work. We'll put it there, look. Comments. Gary, Jacinda Ardern is a man. I'm not sure about that. Drew Dastardly. Johnny H, business up front, party at the back. Is there a mullet hiding under the cap? No, there's no mullet. It's just a ponytail. Seriously. Killswitch BB, my retracted comment contained a spelling error. That's a good way of getting out, isn't it? And would have read it the very wrong way. Okay. Mike Adams, I've noticed modern bikes don't have kickstarters anymore. They don't. Weight saving and production cost, basically. I'm game for electric start, but the Kickstarter is a nice backup if electric start fails. Why the elimination? I've just said it. It's to save money and to save weight on the bike, which therefore makes them more fuel efficient and all that kind of stuff. So it helps with the emissions. And, you know, they think that the electric start is reliable enough. My KTM's got both, but although the kickstarts are the wrong side, thanks KTM. But yeah. Most bikes nowadays, kickstarts, road bikes, nah, you'll never see a kickstart again. Not a chance. But I agree. You know, if it's a trail bike or an enduro bike in the middle of nowhere, you want a kickstart for sure. Some manufacturers do offer a kit, an accessory kit that you can buy and retrofit a kickstarter back onto the bike. And obviously, if you're an enduro bike or something, that's you know, you need to do it. Otherwise, you'll kick yourself rather than the bike. Huh, funny. Now then, Justin Orange, voluminous. You're using conditioner. Voluminous. I always use conditioner. What you should all use conditioner once you washed your hair. Surely, shampooed your hair. Killswitch BB, ponytail, or has Andy grown his hair for future comb over? Believe it or not, it's not a comb over, and I'll be totally honest about this, because, you know, if I can walk around with that on the back of my head, then, you know, I can stand tall. Yeah, I'm nearly 50 years old. I'm starting to go very slightly bald at the back of the head. So by having a ponytail, it completely covers up that slightly balding area and actually does completely the opposite effect. So it works really well. And also in the workshop, all my hair stays out of my eyes, which is great. That's the reason why I adopted it, but it just keeps growing. You know, anyway, enough about the ponytail. Jeez. Johnny H, lol, love you, Andy. Cheers, mate. Gary, Vikings had ponytails and long hair. They did, and I am part Viking, so that's another reason why I can justify it. Simon Rawle, very fuel efficient when they won't start. Yes, you're right. Oh, right, hang on. I'm going to play the music. Hang on. How's that? Look at that, I even got music set up for you. Wait for it.
Where do we...
There we go. Was that well done? I'm going to move across a bit now because I was sat in the middle. There you go. Get yourself lined up. Right. They've been taking the piss out of my ponytail. And I have not, because it's quite fluffy today. Doesn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It is, yes. So feel free to continue the piss take, to be honest. Right, crew. Tool Girl Holly is back in the workshop. Come here, girl. Good job.
Good to be back.
Absolutely. Great to have you back. We had a lot of fun filming yesterday. We got lots done. And we have still got a reasonably busy day today, haven't we?
Yes.
And then a long drive back to Auckland as well. So you're going to be knackered by the end of today. In fact, I reckon you're going to sleep in the car.
Oh, don't know about that.
Yeah, you'll be doing the tunes, keeping me awake. You're very good at that.
That's my job.
That's your job, to keep Andy awake, because Andy's knackered at the moment. Right, let's just catch up with the comments, and then you can start with your questions for Tool Girl Holly, because I'm sure there's lots and lots of stuff you want to ask her. They've already been trying. Now then, Scott Patterson, I think that's the one I got up to. Let's have a little look. Yes. Scott Patterson says, quick question for you. Any tips for retuning the carbs on my MC22 after I fitted a bigger airbox before I get a chance to put it back on the dyno? I'm still struggling with it. To be perfectly honest, Scott, I'm not a tuner. I'm a fixer. Tuning is an art all by itself. We used to have a guy that used to come to us in Henderson, Toby. I forgot his surname. He liked rum. He drank a lot of rum. He made rum, actually. And, oh yeah, cigarettes if you want. And he would come in on a Wednesday, and he was our dyno man, and he did all the tuning for us, and he was brilliant. I really don't get involved with tuning. All I do is just clean carbs out and clean jets out and stuff, and do the very basic, set them back to factory standard, and then just give them a little tweak there, here and there. But I'm not a tuner. I aren't. It's a specialist thing nowadays, and I stay well away from it. Hence another reason why I've said to Alan, he needs to get the carbs properly cleaned and get it tuned properly, because, I don't have the skill set to do that. I can weld and do other stuff, but I can't tune very well. I can do the basics. So sorry, Scott, I really can't help you with that. Simon, you all just jealous as Andy has hair. I'm bloody amazed. I'm nearly 50 years old. It's not bad, is it? It's not a bad effort, to be fair. It's not a bad effort. I mean, it does cause some serious confusion wherever I go. I walk into a petrol station and seriously, I notice that people look, and then they look again and go, seriously, I can say WTF on YouTube, can't I? You can see their mind, seriously, why has he got a ponytail like that? But I like it. George Bonnie 90, Holly, big heart. Oh man, you're gonna get some love right now. You know that, don't you?
No, you guys are amazing.
Maybe I should get Holly to read out the comments. Oh. Do you want to sit here?
I'm not very good at reading.
All right. I'll read them out. Okay. So Killswitch BB, Holly. Quite a few kisses going on there. Yay! Good job, Killswitch. Pete, hi Holly. You can say hi, Pete.
Hi, Pete.
Hi, Killswitch.
Hi, Killswitch.
Dave 123 says, nice to see Holly back in the shop. It's bloody awesome to have Holly back in the shop. The place just isn't the same when you're not here,
It's been a very long time.
It has. I was looking at the last video previous, and it went up 14th of January. So we must have filmed, I think maybe early January this year.
It would have been early December.
Oh, seriously, it's like, oh yeah, because I did spread them out quite a bit. So it would have been December. Yes, it has been a year. A whole year without you, Holly.
Yeah.
Things have changed a lot, haven't they?
They have.
I'm not going to elaborate. Right. Steve. Oh, Steve, mate, you're burning the heart button there. Many. Steve is a big fan. So you say hi to Steve. Steve's a great guy. He really is. He's a real people person, and he's a fantastic diagnostic chap. And that's his banner behind us.
Awesome.
There's a reason for the banner. Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. Hang on. There's a little blue dot in the way. Oh God, there's loads. Peter Woodfine. Yay, Holly. Steve, it's still June in my workshop. Robert Stevens, hi Holly. Mike Adams, good golly, welcome back, Miss Holly. I like that. Roger Heaps, Holly, here we go. How did you spend your days during lockdown?
Lots of sleeping and watching TV shows. Catching up on some more needed sleep. Any opportunity I get, I like to sleep for a solid 12 hours.
I'm just going to bring that down a little bit because you're not quite as tall sat down as I am, are you? There you go, that's better. There is one thing that Holly didn't do during lockdown. Holly, would you like to elaborate on that? It involves a building that's just away from your house.
I didn't get my garage set up.
No.
I was very slack with that.
Your garage was a tip, and that's a very good segue that Andy's just done there. So let me you carry on talk. I'll give you another question. I'm going to set something up at this end. Connor K, welcome back, Holly. You've been missed, more than missed. Tell you that. Gary, Holly, what have you been doing with your life over the last several or more months? That's almost the same question, isn't it? Really. Mm-hmm. Well, try and answer that while I bring something up on here because I need to show a photo.
I do. I have changed jobs within the past year. I changed jobs about 6 or 7 months ago. So that was a big change for me. Was tough leaving a group of, well, our team. We've got on really well with each other. But I was working for Ford and Mazda. Now I work for a Mitsubishi dealership. It's been really good getting to learn the new systems and all the new vehicles that are being released by all of these brands. I got the photo of the garage shop.
I have a picture.
You have a picture?
I have a picture to show the people. I mean, there's, for me to show this,
It has to be cropped.
Yeah. I've just zoomed that bit out. Okay, so, hey, we're live. I'm not putting. I didn't mean to put you on the spot like this. Hang on. So, where are we? Okay, right, we're good. Okay, bear with me. Just wanted to check something. It's important. So I'm going to just take you off the tripod so I can show you this picture. So Holly, I came down to your workshop quite some time ago before the last lockdown and put some lights up, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
But I didn't get time to assemble some bits and pieces, some workshop equipment.
Yeah, that was supposed to be my job.
That was supposed to be Holly's job, and despite many free days and hours and weekends during those months, they were still in the cardboard boxes, weren't they? Yeah. I mean, to be fair, you did get to a point assembling the bench where you ran out of nuts. They didn't put enough nuts in the box.
Yeah.
So I gave you some nuts. Sorry, I gave you a bag of nuts for you to finish the job.
Yeah.
And well, that didn't happen, did it? It just came to a dead stop. So, but it's okay. I'll show you the picture. Hang on. Just let me get rid of that. Right. So I need to turn you around, which is that one. Okay. So here we go. Sorry about the glare. Tool Girl Holly. This is revelation now. Tool Girl Holly has her own workshop. Look at that. Very cool. Right. Going back. Right, back on the tripod, and I need to plug it in to charge it because we're so just bear with me. Holly, just look nice one, and they won't look at me. There we go. Right. So Holly has her own workshop, and because of all these in and out of lockdowns and problems with logistics and stuff, and it's been a whole year that Holly hasn't been able to get down here as a direct result of not being able to escape Auckland. Basically, that's been the reason for it. It's not that she didn't want to come down; she was desperate to get down to the Andy Mechanic workshop again, but she just couldn't. So in the background for probably the last 9 months or so, I've been working away getting her pretty, well, it was a pretty crappy little garage, wasn't it? Yeah. It was just a building. It had no power to it. There was no lighting in it. It was just really a storage place for junk.
More of a shed, yeah.
Yeah, more of a shed, really, wasn't it? Yeah. So, in the background, getting it all set up for us. So, the plan of attack is moving forward. Holly will also be able to do videos herself in her workshop in Auckland and not reliant on coming down to this workshop. So, it takes the logistics out. There's also the ability now where Holly could be doing a job in her workshop, and then she can, we can have cameras running in both workshops. Where maybe she's doing a job and not too sure how to do something, so I can do a little demo here to camera, and then she can replicate it at her end, and then so I can sort of do like a remote training thing, which is really cool. It's a whole new dimension as well. So there you go. That's what we've got. I'm just going to go back to the live stream because I'm sure there's a lot of comments. There we are. Look, right. Okay. Sorry, crew. So that's what's going to happen. A whole new avenue, a whole new chapter.
That's right.
Yeah, so you'll be able to, and I might give Holly a project bike to do at some point, and she can get it all stripped down, do bits and pieces, or you can be working on your car, doing bits and pieces on your car. Tell the people what car you've got again, actually, because that's I always forget. What is it?
My car is a Nissan Silvia S14. I know it's not going to pass its next WAF, so I know I'm going to need to do some repairs on that. So
has it ever passed its warrant of fitness without any problems?
Yes, it has.
Really?
Yeah.
How long ago was that? Like the first year it had a warrant?
I think it was. So I've had the car for about 2.5 years. It'll be 3 years in April. I think the second waff I took it for, it passed. Actually, what I found out on Friday is that the last waff that I took it for, it had a year-long waff. Now,
yes, and before it only got 6 months at a time, didn't it?
yeah, that's right. So cars that are older than, I think it's 2000, are meant to have 6-monthly waffs, and it didn't occur to me until just after the waff ran out this time that I had a year-long waff. That's not supposed to happen.
Well, it hasn't happened previously, so either something's changed in the land transport computer system to now allow for it, or somebody made a mistake somehow, or the computer made a mistake. I don't know. But hey, another 6 months.
Yeah.
Did pretty well out of that, didn't you?
Very much.
But it hasn't got a warrant at the moment, has it?
No.
So you're driving around, what's the word? Illegally?
I'm booked in for Monday.
Oh, that's fine then. So I mean, it probably won't pass. So, yeah. Now I'm just going to change. I'm going to change things around. Well, no, let's get caught up with the comments actually, because there's still a lot of comments to do. This is going to push us back loads today, unfortunately. God, see what we can get done. Drew Dastardly, made rum. I just remembered New Zealand is the only country in the world where home distillation is legal. It is. Can you not make? I mean, Dad used to brew beer at home in the UK. So, can you not? You could buy home brew kits in the UK. Surely England's all right.
Maybe they've recently changed that.
Maybe, yeah. Dave123, does Holly ride a street bike or just off road?
I ride a street bike.
Well, it's normally when things are going to plan, it's on road.
On road.
And if something happens that shouldn't happen, it might involve off road. Yeah, it's probably a good way of putting it. But the bike itself is a road bike.
Yes.
Yes. Have you ever fallen off?
I have.
You don't have to answer that if you don't.
I have crashed it. It wasn't really my fault though. There wasn't much I could do. There was a big rock that came out from under a car in front of me, and I didn't really have time to go around it.
No, but it was just instant, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And did it go under the front tire or something?
Yeah.
It caused the front wheel just to skip straight out and down you went.
Got the wobbles and just slid down the road a good 15 meters or so.
Yeah.
Luckily, it was only at 50 k's, but yeah.
You did get a few bruises and bits and pieces, didn't you? From memory?
Yeah.
You weren't badly injured, but it wasn't a good experience.
No, but there were some nice people who pulled over behind me to help pick up the bike and get it off the road, and they called an ambulance before I could say no, I'm okay.
I can't afford an ambulance. Stop it. Yeah, well, good job. Where do we get to now? So, kill switch. Holly, you will have to pass on your tips for staying so young and beautiful to Andy. His looks are fading week on week, lol. Thanks, mate. I'm nearly 50. I think as a 50-year-old, I'm not doing too badly.
No, you're pretty good.
You know,
that's pretty good. No, I reckon once I get to that age, I won't be looking so good. I think you're doing pretty well.
Yeah, but you live hard, Holly. You live hard. I can't keep up with you. Okay. Embray Smith, fast method, fuel, air, spark, timing. Okay. Simon Scott Patterson, if you're in the UK, Daryl Taylor Tuning Doncaster. I went to a tuners in Doncaster years and years ago. My DT125R, and they tuned it, and then they left the oil injection pipe off, so it blew up on the way home. Thanks, lads. I'm not saying it was that guy, but there was somebody in Doncaster did that. I was only 17, so it's a long time ago. John Dwyer, hi Holly, I love your smile. Hey, I think we all love Holly's smile. Just livens the workshop up. It's great. Ron Jones, she's got prettier. You didn't. Oh, mate, Ron, come on. Seriously? Scott Patterson, Simon, I'm in New Zealand. Thanks, though. I might just go back to the stock for the time being until I get to the dyno. That would be a safe option. Pat Toohill goes to say, sorry, but Holly's hair looks better, lol. I'm not in competition. I'm not in competition with Holly at all. and it does look very nice. Actually, you do a good job. And it actually makes me appreciate the time and the effort that you put into making it look nice now. Because as a bloke, I used to just get up, get dressed, go out the door. There was nothing to do with hair at all. Now it's quite different.
Yeah.
Especially with my hair. Anyway, Bruce Cleaver, morning, Andy. Holly, good morning, Bruce.
Good morning.
Simply Diagnostic, Steve. Holly is June on your calendar, Andy. Oh, that's right. Sorry, Steve. I just did that. That one went right over my head. You're right. Steve has one of our Tool Girl calendars, and it's always on June in his workshop. You are, mate. You're a legend. You really are. Oh God, what's this? Can't read it. That's going to move on, and that's spam. Alan Cook. Hi, Alan. Alan's here. We've got something for Alan. Just on the little table behind you are the lower two envelopes. Can you grab those for us? We've got so much to do this morning. We've also got pies to put in as well, so I better crack on with that. Okay, so let me just sort one of these out. Yes, so if you want to open that to camera while I go and get the pies in, because otherwise we'll be doing a live stream all day at this rate. Hang on a second. Right, I don't think it's got his address on it. So if it has, be careful not to show it on camera.
Got a note from Alan Cook in North Wales, UK. Sew on badge for Andy, drawing bits for Holly. Cool. Yeah, wrapped in bubble wrap. Okay.
Right, pies are in. Normally I take the camera and show people we're putting the pie in, but honestly, it's way too complicated what's going on today. Are you managed? I'll give you a knife if you want. You working? Good. I'll do another comment while you're doing that. Right, so...
Oh, wow. That's a little drone.
Haven't you done well? A mini drone.
That's cool.
Alan made you that. Sent
Awesome.
you it. When was it? He sent it ages ago, and we were in lockdown here. Poor lad. He was getting so frustrated because you weren't able to come down to the workshop to get your drone chassis and stuff. And there's little tiny motors and stuff. So you're gonna have to build that, and at least attempt to build it and get some controllers and stuff and have a play with it.
That's cool.
But this was sent. When was it? Has it got a date on it? Oh, it has. There, look. 25th of May. He sent this in.
Wow.
Yeah, when it was stamped at the post office. So it is. And I was actually really panicking trying to find it. I put it in a really safe place. And then Eloise, my youngest daughter, came down and basically destroyed my office area.
Oh, no.
And I couldn't find anything for a while. And I hadn't forgotten about it. I knew it must be in there somewhere. But I'm thinking, oh, Christ, has she damaged it? Has she crushed it with something? Where is it? Anyway, Mrs. Mechanic spent quite some time finding that for you. So, good job. In fact, you can put it back in the envelope if you want. You can have that. Right, so where were we? So Alan, oh, and actually this is why we've got a second envelope. Alan sent me something a bit before then. I've already read this out ages ago, and it says, "Dear Andy, thank you for a sticker, and you're doing well with the Tool Girls in New Zealand. Here is your special spanner." So I want to show this again because Alan's gone to a lot of trouble sending this stuff through and making it as well. So this is going to live in the glass cabinet up there. So Alan made me a little spanner, look.
Wow.
So they're all 3D printed.
That's cool.
Which is really, really cool. So thank you very much, Alan. Really appreciate that. Again, I haven't lost it. I wanted to show it on camera to prove I haven't lost it. And that will go in the cabinet with all the other bits and pieces that have been sent through, to be honest. So if you want to send anything through, feel free. The PO box address is in the description. And of course, you'll get a mention. And if it's a tool or whatever, I'll review it and give it a go. And you put it, and use it, basically. Now, where do we get to? Mike's Automotive Diagnostics. Holly cannot look nice. Sorry, Holly cannot look nice. Holly can't not look nice. I really messed that one up, didn't I? Holly can't not. It's double negative, so positive. Good job. Just to confuse the hell out of me as always. Right, Simon. Oh no. Yes, Simon. Holly's own channel. I've subbed already. I tell you now, if you did start your own channel, and I have no problems at all with that, if you were to start your own channel, you would do really well out of it. Guaranteed. But it requires a shit ton of work.
Yeah, it does.
And that's the problem. Holly is, just like me, is very time short, aren't you?
Yeah.
You just don't have the time. So more than happy to stay on the Andy Mechanic channel, I think. It's easier for all of us, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have more fun that way.
We do.
And don't take Holly away from me. I need Holly here. Now, Gary, Andy, you have that kick-ass cage fighter burly look. Did you wrestle or play sports at high school? I did a bit of rugby, but I always used to get thrown off the pitch for for doing bad things to people, bad tackles, that kind of stuff. So, and I was number 8, obviously. I also did some athletics, believe it or not. I did the 100 meters. I was pretty good at that because I have asthma. So when I found, at least, this is my excuse for it. When I have asthma, my body sort of developed in a way where it was able to produce quite short but high bursts of energy. So it was good for things like 100 meters. I mean, since then I started doing like the 12K traverse running and stuff a few years ago. I don't do it anymore because my knees are all knackered and one of my hips is knackered. But I actually pushed myself really hard, here in New Zealand to do that for 4 or 5 years. But when I was at school, I did things like the javelin, the shot put. The shot put I was good at, and the discus as well. And I believe I still hold the record for our school for the discus throw, which was, I think, Bootham School. However, I do have, I'll put this out to the world. They made a mistake. They did. On the day of the competitions, the school competitions, they used, instead of using the gentleman's discus, which is a bit heavier, they unfortunately used the ladies' discus, which is a little bit lighter. And I'm not kidding, it went for miles.
Wow.
It went right off, because they have it all marked out in meters, and it just went whoosh, way off the scale. They had to measure it like 3 times the tape measure. So I still hold it, but they've never realized to this day that it was actually the woman's discus that I used. But obviously everybody in the competition was using the woman's discus as well. So I still won the competition fairly, but when it came to the school record, it was false.
Yeah.
I still hold it, and I'm sticking to it. They made the mistake, and it's etched in time now. So yes, I used to do that kind of stuff. And I used to lift engines out of Jeeps without engine hoists and carrier axles around. I remember in a workshop once, the full-size gas bottles for your MIG, the big tall ones. I was working at a haulage company once, and the gas bottle went empty. So I just unplugged it, picked it up on my shoulder, potted across the workshop. I must have been, when I got it on my shoulder, I went, this is a bit heavier than I thought it was going to be. But anyway, I was up there, everybody's going, don't drop it, because it could have. But it was empty, so it wasn't the end of the world, but it wouldn't have done any good. And there was, we didn't have OSH back then, or health and safety. There were cables and airlines that I had to step over, and pits to negotiate, and tools all over the place. I could have easily tripped with that, so no wonder they were a bit scared at what I was doing. But yeah, I used to pick up some pretty heavy stuff. I wasn't Jeff Capes by any means, but I used to be reasonably well built. A lot of it's gone now. But I'm old. That's what happens when you get old. So thanks, Gary. Compliments all around. Cheers, mate. Drew Dastardly, I believe Auckland is accessible over the Sydney. What? I believe Auckland is accessible over the Sydney Harbour Bridge. No, there's a lot of water between Auckland and Sydney. You'd need a massive bridge. It's like a 3.5 hour flight, mate. Pat Toohill, it's only illegal if they catch you driving, lol. Yeah, it never happened if they didn't catch you.
That's true.
That's right. Steve Robb Reviews. Cheers all. Say hi to Steve. Steve's a great guy.
Hi, Steve.
That's Steve. Another Steve. Simply Diagnostic Steve. 2 workshops with cameras running is a great idea. We'll add a whole new dimension to the channel. I've started running a live Zoom for my workshop every day. Folk can just drop in and out. That's a great idea, Steve. It's all about interaction, isn't it, with your viewers? Involvement. Pat, you can homebrew, you just can't sell it. Yeah, I thought so. Simon Roll, you can still in the UK. 2,500 litres a year for fuel. Wow. Don't say what you're fueling Friday and Saturday night fuel, lol. Yes, you used to have a still. Yeah, Dad used to have one as well. Ian Edwards, better get those pies in the warmer, mate. Yeah, they're in. Sorry, I know we're dragging on. Oh, Holly. Oh, hey, Holly. Long time no see. That's from Lipsido Alicon. I recognise that name. He was on ages ago. Good job, mate. Dave123, you got an Allen wrench. That's what it is. It's an Allen wrench. Good job. Bruce Cleaver, Holly, sorry if it's been asked before. Is the person who named you a petrol head? So your name, Holly, where did it come from?
I picked that name, and it did come directly from Holley carburetors because I used to get to work on old classic vehicles.
Did muscle cars?
Spent a lot of time around them.
Very, very cool, actually. You had a cool job. Envious. Connor K, Holly, congratulations on setting up your own shop. Such a satisfying feeling having roll cabs against the wall inside a good workspace. It is. It actually, the lighting especially is brilliant, and it's. I did a lot of research in making sure it was the LED lighting and it's not going to flicker on camera, which was critical. So I think it's going to work really well. It's a nice little place to work. It's not as big as this workshop, but it will do the job for you really, really well. I think. But proof's in the pudding. When do we get to about Alan Cook? I just sent you an email of my new drone. Okay, Alan, made out of carbon fiber, or in this case, fiber. Right, let's have a look at that. Alan Cook, subject, iPhone. Download picture. There you go, Holly. Look at that. That's pretty cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Is it actually any lighter than the 3D printing ones? Because they're only a small thing anyway, aren't they? Or is it just for strength purposes? That is cool. That's really cool. I'm not going to bother showing people, but Holly's seen it, haven't you?
Yeah,
it's cool. It's cool. Okay, now Holly, we're going to jump around a little bit. If you want to stand up and take your jacket off, because it's not cold this morning, and hidden behind. Well, in actual fact, let me just take the camera off because we'll do this properly because people want to see this stuff because they're here for Holly. So 3, 2, 1, turning you round. Don't fall off your stool, Andy. Okay, so Holly, if you just drop your jacket on there for a second. So obviously Holly's currently sporting the standard Andy Mechanic Tool Girl outfit for 2021. Yep. And basically over the last sort of year, I designed a new outfit for you. So if you'd like to go around the back of the Simply Diagnostics banner. Down. Okay. And you'll find here, all set up for you, a new outfit. So if you'd like to change while I carry on with the live stream, and we'll see you in a few minutes.
Awesome.
Cool. Oh, and by the way, we can't see behind the banner. You're all right. All right, crew. There you go. A little bit of a surprise for you. A whole new outfit for Tool Girl Holly. That's actually been in a bag in my ute, driving around New Zealand. It's probably done about 30,000 kilometers around New Zealand as that outfit. Okay, so you're gonna have to put up with my ugly mug solo for the next few minutes whilst Holly's getting sorted out. We're not going to rush her because it takes time to present yourself the way that Holly does. Right. Alan Cook, no, heavier. So obviously the reason must be because it's stronger then. Wow. Simon, always good to have your own workshop. If anything ever happens, you can make a wage for yourself. Yes, when you've got the tools and you've got the knowledge, there's always jobs to earn money. I turn so much stuff away these days because I just haven't got the time to do it. Mextra, awesome damn curtain. Do you want me to take the curtain down, Holly? What do you reckon? No, that's not going to happen. Initially this morning, I thought I'll just get Holly to change just over here off camera. And I'm thinking, I'm still going to be able to see what's going on. So that wouldn't be fair. So obviously, Steve sent the banner through for a reason and it works really well. Right. I think we've caught up with the comments. Oh no, we've got another one. Alan Cook. Oh, we've got loads. Hang on. Alan Cook, it can reach up to 50 miles an hour. That's ridiculous, Alan. Steve, that's the best use of my banner ever. Hey, Holly, you got 5 stars for using the banner in that way. Connor K, Holly will be ready when Holly is ready. You can't rush art. Well said, Connor K. Good job, mate. So we've got all sorts. This is going to be a long live stream, guys. So hang in there. Feel free to keep pushing your comments through. And obviously questions for Holly, because that's what she's here for. Now we've got, if we just turn the camera a little bit, we've got some parcels to do on the table, and we've got some stuff over here that, in fact, as soon as Holly's sorted herself out, which I'm not rushing you, Holly, at all. We've also got some stuff that's been sent through by Forge New Zealand, Jared, for Holly to take back to her new workshop. So she's got some cleaners and sprays and other lubricants and stuff to help her along the way. But we'll take a look and see what he's sent. And Jared does a great job helping the channel out. He's a really good guy, actually. And his business here in New Zealand is really, really taking off. And one of the reasons for that, and this is feedback that I've had from the motorcycle shops, is the main supplier here in New Zealand, I'm not going to name them, a very common German brand available all over the world. They really, really, really have dropped the ball in the last 6 months. Reps not turning up to dealerships and doing stock checks and replenishments in a timely manner, not responding to phone calls and emails and stuff. So I don't know what's going on with them. I haven't named them, so that there's no repercussions coming back to me. But what was a phenomenally big empire seems to be dwindling a little bit for some reason. Whether it's just because of the lockdowns and that kind of stuff, I don't know. But hey, if you're in lockdown, you can still ring your dealers up, or your customers. Now, Dave123 says, what kind of bike does Holly ride? Well, Holly rides, in fact, I'll let Holly tell you that. It's a 300cc road bike thing. You used to have a GM125, didn't you? Little Suzuki GM125, Holly.
That's right.
Yeah. Now, Drew Dassley, oh my God, this will take time. The bane of every guy who goes clothes shopping with his girl all over the world. Well, the benefit is I've chosen the outfit for Holly. I mean, she's approved it, obviously, because she's got to wear it. And she had quite a bit of input in the design as well. But you're right. I'd never, ever go shopping with a lass. It's never going to happen. It just takes way too long. And I just look for the nearest pub and give them lots of money. And Mrs. Mechanic goes off and buys what she needs and then sees me back at the pub. And then she drives home. Mextro, yay, what happened with the Suzuki? Any riding videos down the line? Suzuki, or the DR? Well, it's back on the hoist. We're on with it right now. I'm doing a bike trip across New Zealand, about 4,000 kilometers, starting the 1st of January. We've just pushed back the start date a little bit. We're going to start on the 1st of January, 2022. So, a couple of weeks away. And that will be a mini series on the channel. We'll see how the bike fares and if it makes it, to be honest. Hope it does. Alan Cook, ask Holly, does she want a manual for the drone? A manual to understand? Yes, that would be. If you want to email that through, Alan, that'd be great. You give her a heads up what she needs to do. Gary, is marijuana legal in New Zealand? Well, Holly, that's a good one for you, actually. Is marijuana legal in New Zealand?
No, it is not.
It's not legal here in New Zealand. However, I think the stats, and I really can't get my head around this, but I heard unofficially that about 70% of people in New Zealand have taken, smoked, whatever, marijuana at some point, and there's a lot of people that do. And that's their choice. But no, it's not legal. They did have a referendum thing a couple of years ago to make it legal, didn't they?
Last year, I believe.
Was it last year? And it was very close, the result, wasn't it, I think?
It was about 47% for, I believe.
47% for. So it was a very narrow rejection. Very narrow. So they may review it again in a couple of years' time and maybe it'll go through. Michael Biegner. Hi. What's the bike behind? DR200 Trojan. That's a Suzuki 200cc farm bike. And it's the one that we've been doing on a number of episodes, on a series with Holly, completely rebuilding the bike, ready for a big trip across New Zealand. Simon Raw. Simon says, Drew Dastardly, or when you're going on a night out, you get told to hurry up and get ready, then end up waiting for the woman to get ready past the time the taxi comes. Costs you a fortune every time, doesn't it? To be honest, we're always in trouble. Now, Holly, let me know when you're ready, and I'll grab the camera. Are you far off?
Yeah, I'm ready now.
Oh, hang on then. Right, let's lose a cigarette. Let's get rid of that. Okay, grab the camera. We are ready, guys. I hope you're all ready for this. Turn the camera around. Just hang on, Holly. I'll let you know when to come out. Dum 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 dum. Right, you're going to come out. Come out on the parcel side where the table is, towards the roll cab. There's many. Oh my word! Right, just stop there. Stop there. Stop. So back up a little bit. Back up a little bit. Look at that. How does it feel?
Feels good.
You like that, don't you?
I do. I like black clothes.
Black is your colour.
Yeah.
Just flick your hair back so we can see all the logos on the shirt and stuff. Look at that. Oh, it's very unbuttoned. Nice. Steve, that's for you, mate. There's your Holly right there. We'll get some photos later on and I'll send you some pictures through because I'm quite sure you're going to want one of those in your workshop. Look at that. And I went, sorry, I'm going to go a bit close now. We're going to be doing a proper video later on, but I went on the Andy Mechanic logo. I went for sort of the grungy look down there. Like I actually tainted it all down, and we've got some sort of fake oil marks and stuff. And we've got some really good sort of images. Sorry, Holly, you're gonna have to tell me off later on. Look at that. We've got bikes on there. Just avoiding some parts. Right, there we go. Look, we've got all sorts of stuff. And give us a twirl if you want to just turn around so we can see the back. And if you bring your hair to the front. Look at that. I can't do that. Right. On the back as well. And of course, it's got the emergency access. There we go, look. And black boots as well. So they're going to hide the oil a little bit. Very nice. You like that?
It's awesome.
Good job. Right, come and join us. Let's do some more comments because there's lots going on.
Cool.
I'll hang your jacket up, Charlotte. I'll stick it on. I'll stick it on Sheldon. He's very. In fact, I'll put it on the hook. There we go. Right, I've got 5 minutes for the pie. Should be ready. And then we can do a pie review. And then you can get pie all down the front of your new shirt.
I do like my pies.
Look at that. Hey, your hair just pops on that new shirt, doesn't it?
It does.
Great job. Fantastic. Right, let's get the camera realigned. There we are. Look. Okay, where did we get to? Very, very nice. Okay. I've been looking forward to that for a very long time, actually. Because, when you're designing something, you have an image in your head, don't you?
Yeah.
And you're not too sure. But it's way, way better than I imagined. You wear that kind of gear very well. I'll give you that. Compliments all round.
Thank you.
Now then, UK Weekend Workshop. Let me just try and get to that one. I think that's it. Oh no, gotta go back. Right, sorry, Michael Benita just joined watching your channel today. Last year I've sold 2 Suzuki RM465s, 1986-87. Wow, they're old bikes. UK Weekend Workshop. Anyone in the trade will know the consumables company you're referring to. They will. And in general, they are better and cheaper products available with quicker delivery times and the growth of online shopping. Yes, and one of the other issues is they have a culture where they try to get the customers to buy more than what they really need.
Yeah.
Sometimes you've got to buy not one can of brake cleaner, but you've got to buy a box of brake cleaner. But that might last them, smaller customers might last them 2 months. Whereas they could just buy 6 and then buy 6 the next month. So it tends to affect the cash flow a bit if they're not careful. So, pie. Now we've got to give it 2 minutes to settle, and then we can do the review. Okay. Adam Hull, hi. Mextra drool fits like a glove. Does. Dave 123. The black pants are better than the white version.
I think so.
Thank you. I should have been a clothing designer, honestly. I know my shit. I do know what looks good. I mean, to be fair, I reckon Holly might even wear that out because it's black. I reckon she might. I might be able to convince her to go to the pub one night like that, and we can do a live stream.
Maybe.
I think so. I think
maybe
so.
a few adjustments for sitting in public, but
like a full-size trench coat. Yeah. It'll be a very quiet pub that we go to. And the policeman will turn up in about half an hour. You can't go out in public like that. No, it's not bad. I mean, in Auckland, there's chicks walk around with a lot less on than that on at about 3 o'clock in the morning, don't they?
that's true.
Yeah. Now then, Simon Rawle. Wow. Glad you never got stopped by the law with that in the boot of your car. Honestly, mate, the risks that I take, unreal. Robert Stevens, there's an American country song about that called Waiting on a Woman. I've been waiting for Holly for a whole year.
Yeah.
I'd wait a decade for Holly, I'll tell you that. Right, Peter is it Woodfield? It's got another thing over it. Woodfine, sorry. Holly definitely rocks the new look. She does. Black's definitely her colour.
Thank you.
Ian Edwards, love the handprints. Bet they fit my hands. Yes, it's got handprints on the ass there. And they're my hands. I scanned them. They're my hands. It's pretty cool. Alan Cook, I sent an email. Oh, Alan, stop sending me emails. I'll read it later on. Simply Diagnostics. That's the instructions. Thank you, Alan. Steve, awesome. Doesn't do the outfit or Holly justice. Wow, beautiful. Thanks for the support, Andy.
Thank you.
No problem at all, mate. You deserve all of it, really. And to have Holly in your workshop all year round it's just amazing, really, isn't it? I'm very, very proud. I was planning at some point. I have said this before. At some point, and it might be from the photos that we take later on today. We must take some photos today. I'm going to get Steve, because Steve has a lot of viewers and a lot of your fans as well. I'm going to get Steve a full-size cardboard cutout of Tool Girl Holly to stand up in the corner of his workshop when he so chooses. So when he's working away all on his own, he's lonely and tired and stuff, you can be there in the corner, just keeping an eye on.
Always watching.
I thought that'd be a pretty cool idea. So it'd be like, because you get those kind of things when you go to the cinema, don't you? And they have all the Star Wars figures and stuff there and things. And I thought, cardboard cutout of Holly. How good would that be? That would be awesome, I think. So, Steve, I will get it organised. It won't happen for a little bit because I'm away on the trip, but I'm going to explore the possibility of getting somewhere in the UK to produce it and get it down to you, because you'd be back in it. You'd be in England. It'd be great, It'd be very cool. And who knows, I might find a website where you can buy your own cardboard cutout of Holly for your workshop. I've no idea. No idea at all. Don't know where it's going to go. I just waffle. Right, message health do. Sorry. Apart from the last word. Bruce Cleaver. I do like the black leggings. Holly, very sexy. White with oily handprints. Oh yeah, well, it's black. Andy, you excellent designer, you. Thank you. So I can't show that one because it said something else. Ed Foster, yeah, baby. Lots of hearts and fire and things and stuff. Good job. Gary, I'm leaving my wife and going shopping for a Holly. Very expensive, mate. Good luck. Lupsida Alcon, Holly looks terrific indeed. She does. Lupsida Alcon, Andy, have you ever worked on aircraft engines in the past? I haven't, never. Dad used to have some little model airplanes with a proper engine, not a battery, not a motor. It was a proper engine that ran on aviation fuel, or something, I don't know what it was. But he had a couple of those that he played around with, and some boats with a similar engine in. But I was only about 4 or 5 years old, so I probably broke them rather than fixed them. I'm sure I tinkered around with them because I was always taking things apart. Connor K, click the like. You have good reason to do so. Yeah, how many likes have we got? I don't know what we're on. 53 likes, 56 viewers. That's like 3 times what I normally get. You need to come down more often, honestly. Part 2 here. Wow, smoking hot. Bruce Cleaver, mighty fine pair of leggings, as the as the Americans say. I'm sure you can all read that. I'm not going to say it. I'll get into trouble. I'll get a slap for saying that. Alan Cook, hey, Holly, you look very sexy in black outfit. There you go. Thank you, Alan. Steve, I'll never leave the workshop. Yeah, just be there. Cool. You'll be able to do selfies and stuff, Steve. If you get the angle just right, it won't look like a cardboard cutout either. Now then, Drew Dastardly, the fake oil on the black will cover up actual stains. The white would be great in lab conditions, not the garage. I chose the original white leggings because they stand out really well in the workshop for the camera, obviously, not for my benefit, surely. But the black is more practical, and I know it's more Holly's color as well. So she put in a request quite some time ago, and I thought, I can do that. I can do that. And those leggings, like the first ones, were designed at the pub. They were. Awesome. All of it at the pub. Pretty cool. Right, moving on. Life-size cutouts of eBay. Yes. Simon, you're becoming my agent very quickly, mate. Okay, we need to do the pie review. We have to do the pie review because they're going to be starting to get cold and things. So just bear with me, people, while we get set up. I'll go and get the pies. Holly, just entertain people for a second or two.
Okay.
Oh, they look good.
Who doesn't like Holly? But seriously, Andy's equal as sexy. You got a shout out.
I got a shout out. What? What's going on? Are you taking over my channel again?
Reading comments.
What did it say?
Who doesn't like Holly? But seriously, Andy's equally as sexy.
I never, ever. I never get that compliment. In fact, I don't know if I told you or not, but a couple of weeks ago, I think I mentioned on the live stream. A couple of weeks ago, I was. Where was the first one? Oh, I was in a supermarket, right? So I'm in a supermarket, just doing some shopping, and this middle-aged woman. Yeah, she's sort of. I think she worked there actually. I think she had a New World jacket or whatever it was on, and she seemed to be loitering around. Not actually doing anything, going anywhere. And then as I turned to walk towards her to go and get some milk or something, she looked in my eyes, so I got my attention. Goes, nice hair, and I'm like, I don't know how to take that. I've never, ever. Normally, my hair, previously was very scruffy, and didn't know how to take it. So I just like, thank you very much, and walked off very confused. And then the next day, I was getting fuel at a BP petrol station and probably a pie at the same time up north, and there was a long queue of people waiting to pay for the fuel. I then joined the back of the queue, and this young lass, similar age to you actually, same colour hair, believe it or not, called me, hey, I can help you, come over here, I can help you. And I was in all my work gear and stuff, and so she served me. I jumped the queue. And she served me. I paid for the fuel and stuff. She goes, I really like your hair, Andy. Or I didn't say Andy. I really like your hair. And I'm like, thanks. 2 days in a row. It's like a bit overwhelming, to be honest. I had no idea what was going on, but hey, it is what it is, What's your personal... And feel free to be absolutely honest now. What do you think? Honest. I will not take offense. Honest.
I think it's good. It looks good. It's just an adjustment. I'm not so used to males wearing ponytails. So
diplomatic. You are brilliant. I bet you work in customer service, don't you? You have to deal with public. Right. Thank you very much, Holly. I appreciate that. And I can tell you now, the ponytail is not going away. I really like it now. I don't know why, I just do. We have pie. There are the pies. So Holly, I'm gonna do what I normally do. There's your pie. I'll put it on the cardboard. You can be in charge of scoring. And we've got on the score, the guys know the score sheet. We've got the score sheet down there. And if you write on the plastic bits, I can move it off later on. Okay. So the first job is to appraise the structure before we start biting into it. So I'll do it with this one. It's still hot. Yeah, they do soon cool down though. So just going around, we're looking for sort of cracks and fissures and poor bonding of the lid to the base, which is going to cause potential leakage later on, isn't it? Your pies have got to be structurally integral, basically, in good condition. Because if you're planning to eat this while you're driving, the last thing you want is to start breaking up. And we've seen what happens to the worst possible pie, where it just disintegrates in your hands, and you end up with the contents of the pie all over the bench, or if you're driving, all over your seat and your legs, and you just have to turn around and go home, because there is no way you're going to get that cleaned up ready for the meeting in half an hour. It's just not going to happen.
That's right.
Yeah, it's bad. So I'm going to go for it. Take a taste. If it ends up being too hot, just slow down a bit and stop, and we'll start again. But normally they're not too bad. Right, I'm going in. This is, before I start, actually, this is a pie from Ronnie's Bake Shop in Tokoroa, and the contents are mince and cheese as opposed to steak and cheese, because Holly likes mince and cheese pies, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, lots of them. Yes, good job.
I eat a mince and cheese pie every day for work. I go down to the gas station and get my pie, and usually a V or a Coke. And I usually sit at my desk eating while answering phone calls or helping the technicians. And more often than not, I end up with some degree of the pie contents all over my lap.
So your sort of staple diet every morning is a pie and a V or a Coke.
Yep, that's right.
So you are living proof, and we've just seen that on camera. You're living proof that it makes no difference what you eat or what your diet is. It is possible to look like you do, despite what some may consider to be an appalling diet.
Most people.
I mean, Anyway, I can guarantee, Holly, I have eaten more pies than you in my lifetime.
I believe that.
I can guarantee that. And I mean, I still look great.
You do.
Thank you very much. I mean, the viewers have told me I look fantastic, very sexy. So, obviously doing something right there. Okay, so I've had a bite. That's what the internals look like. It has lost some of its structure. I'm not going to go mad because it'll compromise it, but it is starting to get a bit flowy. Tastes pretty good. What do you think?
Taste is very good.
It's quite warm though, isn't it? It's quite hot. So please don't have some Coke. There's some Coke there. Have some Coke. Jeez. Right. I'm gonna have another bite. Are you okay? You're not gonna pass out or fall off the stool or anything like that? You're good. Okay. Excellent.
Excuse me.
No, you're all cool.
Don't inhale the pastry.
Oh, is that what happened? No, it doesn't work well. No, it doesn't work well. So it actually tastes pretty good. I can see the cheese content as well. The cheese isn't hidden. It seems to be well dispersed amongst the meats, so you're getting the flavour. So we're going to jointly score this now. I'm going to give a score, and please don't let my score bias your score. I did think about writing them down and then showing them together, but that's just too much work. As regards a taste, overall sort of taste stroke flavour, I'm going to go with, for a mince pie, it's not bad at all actually. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. What do you think? What's your opinion?
For the taste.
Because you can base it more on other mince and cheese pies that you've eaten. So how does this sort of rate amongst compared to other ones?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. An 8.
You go with an 8?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're in charge of the score. So you need to write an 8 just there. Look. Okay. So the next one is Structure Foley Partners. Well, I'm going to have one more bite, so we're about almost halfway through the pie. It'll be a big bite, and then we'll see how it's holding together. Okay, so looking at the base first of all, we have got quite a few cracks developing here, which could lead to a pie catastrophe. You knew that word already, didn't you?
Yes.
Pie catastrophe. It's a good word. I invented that word. The lid's looking pretty good. And now, if we just go around the side, I'm going to be very careful with this because it looks like something's going to fall out. Anyway, just taking it round. It all looks pretty good. It's still well sealed. I think that's just a production mark there. That's a bit of gravy that leaked out while it was being cooked. So it's not failed there. Okay, we're halfway. It's not bad actually. It goes down well. Structure Foley Partners. It's hanging in there, but we have got quite a bit of a ballooning on the base. And as I bring it down, you can see it really is sagging now in the middle. So I potentially have a big problem going on with this pie. How's yours hanging in?
It's pretty good. It's definitely very flaky on the top.
And what about the flexibility of the pie? I mean, you're not eating quite as much as I have. So how does it feel like it's quite saggy in the middle?
It is a bit saggy, but I think that's just due to the weight. So
okay, well,
it does feel very structurally sound for a pie.
Well, hopefully it's not going to burst through and go all over the place, especially on your new leggings. Oh, geez, that would be bad. I'm having to keep going, man, because I know it's going to fall apart. So, structure fall apartness, in my opinion, based on my pie, and Holly will give a score for hers, but mine is really struggling. I'm going to have to support it, but you can see the middle there, look, is really, really, really not good at all. This is not a pie that you could eat whilst you're driving. Mine isn't, for sure. And you'd have to be extremely wary about pie catastrophes going on. So I'm going to give it a 4, believe it or not, for that. Not because it's failed around the lid to base sealing point, but purely because the base is sagging so much and it's just about to burst out. So I'm going to give it a 4. So we're going to record the average. What are you going to give it? And you're holding yours a lot better than I'm holding mine, to be fair.
I'm going to give it about a 6, this one.
Okay. So average will be 5. If you want to give it a 5 on there. Now, runnability. This one is always a very dangerous test. I'm going to support the pie in the middle. I'm going to tilt it. And I'm looking at the camera, so I'm not going to get much of a heads up. I'm going to tilt it to 45 degrees. And we're going to see if any of the contents run out. In actual fact, it's hanging in there. It's not doing bad at all. I was actually expecting some of the contents to flow out all down my hand. So we've got a bit actually just at the base there. It's running out, but it's running under the pie as opposed to dropping. So it's sort of survived. So runnability. Is yours running? Or yours is hanging in there, isn't it, as well?
Mine's very much the same.
Yeah, about the same. And I think it's because they've mixed the cheese in really well. It's acting as a bonding agent, which is good. So, runnability, putting structure aside completely, just the runnability, I'm going to give it a 7. Because it did start to move a little bit. It wasn't rock solid. I've seen better. Mine's a 7. Holly, what's yours?
Yeah, I'd give it a 7 as well, because it looks like if you took a bite out of the wrong place, it would definitely fall out.
So what you're saying is it requires good pie management?
Yes.
I would agree with that. I would agree. And talking of flaky pastry, look at that. A big chunk off the top. That's going to end up on your carpet in your car. You're going to stand on it. It's going to turn into 4 million separate pieces and embed itself in the carpet, isn't it? And it's going to be there for the rest of the life of the car. No vacuum cleaner will get that out. Okay, so runnability, if you want to put a score down, a 7 for that. Now, meat quality. Bearing in mind this is mince, not steak. They're not claiming it's steak, it's just mince. We've got lots of little bits, which is obviously mince in there. Sorry, it's not particularly in focus. That's just the way the camera is. It's obviously far too busy being focused on Holly at the moment. Meat quality, it tastes not bad. I've not had any gristle yet, have you?
No, yeah. It's
pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. As a mince pie, a mince and cheese pie, I'm actually inclined to give it about a 9. Actually, it tastes really nice. I can't really see how mince could be much better than what this one is. I mean, I don't eat lots of mince and cheese pies, so you know, would you agree with that?
Yeah.
It's pretty up there.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go for a 9 for meat quality. Now, this is pastry to contents ratio, and I think it's actually pretty good because the pastry is quite thin. I mean, it's very thin. It's dangerously thin at the bottom. But even the thicker parts where the lid bonds to the base is still not overly excessive, and the top isn't overly thick either. So it's quite high percentage of filling, and there was no air gaps in it. You know, it was a full pie. So I'm going to have to give it a 9 for that. I think I was going to go for 8, But because the base is so thin, which obviously is working against on the structure side of things, it means that there's a very low percentage of pastry overall on the pie. So I'm going to give it a 9. I mean, your call. You can give it whatever you like. You're scoring your pie. It might be different to mine.
No, I would still agree with the 9.
Yeah. Okay.
Difference would be would get a lower point if you
Nearly.
got to the end of the pie and you feel like you've eaten more crust than so.
Yeah,
This one's doing pretty well.
I would agree. It is pretty flaky though. There's a lot of flakes around. Okay. Now, availability stroke logistics. This pie is made only at Ronnie's in Tokoroa. You can't buy it anywhere else. You can't buy it online, anything like that. So it's only going to get a 1, which is the standard score for a single outlet, bakery here in New Zealand. So it only gets a 1 for that. Pastry taste rating. So I'm going to pull a bit of pastry off that's not being affected by any kind of meat. So it's just pastry. And what I'm looking for is any kind of weird aftertaste. The initial taste of the pastry, yes. But if it has a weird aftertaste, a bit bitter or whatever, afterwards, then that obviously knocks the score down. Because pastry you can get some pretty bad pastries out there. That's not bad, actually. It's not bad. What do you think? Your pastry, you're quite happy with that?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Your pie is just hanging in there as one unit, isn't it? It's not hasn't started to collapse at all.
No,
It's doing all right, but it is on the verge, just like mine is. You've got to really, I mean, I've eaten more of mine to try and pie manage, But yeah, pastry, I'd be very happy to give it an 8. What do you think? Are you going to go higher or lower? Or
pastry.
I mean, we're only going by taste of pastry, so forget the flaky stuff.
Pastry taste. Yeah, I'd give it
An 8?
Yeah.
Okay, let's give it an 8.
That's right.
Now, still tasty when cold. Mine has cooled down quite a bit. There's always a bit of a prediction for this particular category because I never actually let the pie go completely cold. This is more along the lines of you buy the pie with the intention of eating it there and then you get the phone call, you've got to get so really, get to where you need to be quickly. Things change, you don't have time to eat the pie. You put it in the glove box. A few days, maybe a week later, you find it and you go, I have a pie still to eat. And you pull it out and you brace yourself and you go for it because you're hungry,
I don't know about a week later though.
I've done that. I've found pies in the Ute that are at least a week old and I've eaten them and I'm still alive. So it's obviously possible. Don't do it, obviously. I'm not endorsing that, but I can do it for whatever reason. And so the question is, does it still taste okay when it's cold or, a couple of days later? And I have to predict on this one. I think as it cools, it'll firm up because the cheese is going to harden. So it's going to help a little bit with the structure. It would still be a little bit flexible though, but it is edible. I'll give it a 6, I think, for that. I'd give it a 6. Would it still be tasty when cold? Would you enjoy the pie cold? And I think you would with this. Actually, there's not many pies out there that you would, but I think this one seems to have the flavoring. The flavor of the pie hasn't really diminished as it's cooled down. Some pies actually start to taste really rank when they get cold, but this one, even at lower temperatures, still is maintaining that same flavoring. So based on that, I think it will be okay. So was it a 6 I gave it? I think it was a 6, wasn't it? So I'm going to give it a 6. What are you going to give it? I'm
going to trust your judgment on that one because I don't eat a lot of foods cold that are meant to be served hot.
I can appreciate that because it's a very specialist skill set that I have with these pies, and
That's right.
thank you for that. I appreciate it. Now, packaging design, as Tool Girl Holly has demonstrated 110% this morning, packaging is absolutely critical, isn't it? It really is.
Yeah.
So, how do they present their pies? Well, forgive the charring because that's from the reheat process. We get just a very plain white paper bag. No printing, no branding, no this is my pie, you're going to like it kind of stuff on there. To me, from a marketing perspective, this tells me that they're not that proud of the product, or at least not showing that they're proud of the product by not putting their name on there. But sadly, this is a very common scenario for your one-off bakeries around New Zealand. They just use your standard paper bag. But on this survey, it means they've lost some points. And there really is no packaging design at all. I'm going to give them a 1 because they decided to give you a bag, and somebody had to design the bag, and they bought it, so they own that design. So we'll give. I'll give them a 1 for that, and Holly, I'm sure Holly will go with that.
Yeah.
Now, recyclable score. It's paper. It's fully recyclable, but they don't tell us it's recyclable, so we don't really know. Because some paper bags on the inside, they have a plastic lining, which means they're not recyclable. So we have to sort of guess. So they're going to lose a point for not having the recyclable symbol on the bag. And if they'd done the printing on there, they could have included that and gained some more points as well. So they're only going to get a 9. They're going to lose 1 point for not telling us it's recyclable. So that's 9 for recyclable.
Post-pie heartburn factor.
So, again, difficult one to predict, and I always reserve the right to change this score later in the day. Has to be same day, usually within a couple of hours of eating the pie. And obviously the revised score would show on the leaderboard later on when we see it on the next week. But during this pie, I've not felt any kind of weird heart, apart from Holly being sat here, weird heart, fluttering or acid burny kind of stuff going on for my stomach. I feel quite comfortable, and I've not been drinking lots of fluids either. So, I think that score is going to be quite high. I haven't even burped. There's been no repeats going on. Have you burped? If you did, it's very, very discreet.
If I did, it would be from the Coke.
Yes, you're on the Coke, so we'd have to eliminate that. So, I think it should really, at this point in time, stand at a 10. And if we have any problems further down the line, then of course we'll bring that score down. So if you want to give that a 10. Now, I've just finished my pie. And that's because I think on the face of it, I've got a larger mouth than Holly. So I can eat bigger bits. Do I feel stuffed? I don't need to eat anything else. I feel pleasantly full. I'm not craving for any more kind of food. I certainly wouldn't want to eat another one. I'd be absolutely, pigged out if I had two of those pies in one go. The score of 10 is I wouldn't say comatose, but very, very full. And realistically, I don't like that anyway, really. So I'm going to give it, based on the size of the pie as well, because it wasn't a particularly big pie, I'm going to give it a 7. I'm happy at 7. 7's actually quite a good score for me for a pie on this particular category. So, how do you feel? Do you feel full, or do you want to go and get a sausage roll or a Burger King or a McDonald's or a KFC maybe? You still hungry?
No, I'm not still hungry. I'm gonna give that 1 a 10, I reckon. Stuffability.
So you're stuffed.
Yeah, I like feeling full.
Right.
But I don't feel lethargic.
We're talking food, right? Good. Just checking. Okay. Did you get that joke?
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking again. Terrible. So you're gonna give it a 10. I went for a 7? Oh, we get a 0.5. Okay. Well, I'll take mine. I'm gonna be influenced a bit by you. I'm gonna go with mine to an 8.
Okay.
Just to make the averaging a bit easier. So we're going to go with a 9 for that then. I think that's fair enough. I'm happy to re-review my score a little bit. Now, pie server attractiveness. The good news is she was female, because we've had problems in the past. Now, she was sort of mid-30s. She was okay. I would probably go for a 6. I think 6 is being more than generous. Holly, you didn't see the pie server, so
I have to trust your judgment.
Right, that is 1 off on the heartburn. We're going to drop to a 9 on the heartburn.
9.
Because it's just starting to repeat a little bit. So obviously you start to have problems, we'll have to drop the score a bit more. But with your pie server, what did I say?
6.
6. I forget too easily. Okay. You're going to have the scores up? Or do you want me to add it up?
You can add it up.
Oh, is that because I used to mark you at college?
Yeah.
Okay. I need a red pen. All right, so normally what we do, Holly, but we're not going to do it today. Normally I show this, I put the camera down on the board and we add it all up together, but I'm going to show it to the camera now, very slowly, so you can double check our arithmetic. Just trying to get rid of the glare there for you. Okay, there you go. So I reckon it's going to be 13, 20, 29, 38, 39, 47, 53, 54, 63, 72, 81, 87. Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got a score of 87. Right, now what I didn't bring out, because I was so busy this morning getting it organised, is we need one of those magnetic strips. So let me just grab the phone, because we always get new viewers joining us. So turn the camera around. 3, 2, 1, there we go. Holly, if you want to head over to your Tool Girl cabinet for us and open the right hand door, and you'll see hung up, or magnetised to the door, you're going to see some white magnetic strips just on the inside of the door, just to the left of your mirror. Grab one of those and then bring that back over to the bench for us. Okay, so then what you can do, turning around, there we go. What you can do now is you can write Ronnie's Bakery, so there's your pen, Ronnie's Bakery, and try and keep it reasonably condensed, otherwise you'll run out of room. Ronnie's Bakery. Oh, I could. No, I don't need to film this. It's only filming writing. So Ronnie's Bakery, and then it's going to be mince and cheese. Oh, she's doing a good job. Your writing's a lot neater than mine is. Cheers, Steve. And then we need the score, which was 87. Big numbers. 87 is the score. Right. So let's find the lid for the pen, because it'll go dry, and I use this pen a lot. We'll get rid of that. So now we need to go back and put it on the leaderboard. So just hang on a second, Holly. Let me turn the camera around. Dum 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 dum. Always very eager is Holly. Right. I'm going to go around the back actually. So I'll see you over there. Behind the banner. Oh, get rid of the stool before I trip over it. Right, Holly. Whereabouts is that going to end up on the leaderboard before we stick it on? So where is there any more that are 87?
This one.
All right. So if you move the 3 above it up, that's probably the easiest thing to do. And then we can squidge it in there, can't we?
Yeah.
You know, it's so much easier me having an assistant doing the live streams. It's great, because my camera work's terrible when I'm on my own.
Does it go above or below the other 87?
Well, that's your choice. I mean, they're the same score. It's all right. It's all right. They're both equal. They're just physically in a different place, but they are equal score. Look at that. Right. Dum 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 dum. There we go. Ronnie's Bakery, mince and cheese, 87. Not a bad score. Would have got more if they had. You could buy them online. Would have got more if they weren't quite so saggy in the middle, wouldn't they? You know. But not bad. Right. Okay. Let's head back to the bench. I'll follow you down, Holly. Right then. Turning around. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Okay. We need to crack on. We really need to crack on. So that's the pie survey done for today. Thank you very much, Holly, for helping me out with that, because it's always fun, and it's a lot more fun with somebody else. And we get free pies.
We do.
Which is, that's a good thing for us. Now, Mr. Mouse is going to really like all these crumbs, because he comes out in the night time and eats all the crumbs for me. He lives in the roof. Okay, so what have we still got to do? We've got 2 parcels to run. And we're running out of bench space, to be honest. So if we clear that off, get rid of that. Holly, if you want to go and grab the big box off the table, and I'll get set up with my tripod, and then we'll get. In fact, I'll just do free fall. I'll get you a knife. Though. You'll need that. Oh damn! Where's the knife? There it is. Right. I'll get rid of the stool for a minute. You pop it on there, look. There we go. And there's your knife. I'm just going to grab the camera. 3, 2, 1. Okay, boom. Right. Now, it's a brand new blade in there, so please, please, please don't cut yourself. Okay, we're going in. Let's see what's in this. This parcel's come all the way from the US of A. It only arrived, oh golly, 2 or 3 days ago. It took probably, I think, 2.5, maybe 3 weeks to get here. I have some idea what's in it. Yeah, you got to be very careful not to cut the contents, Holly, if you can or cannot. The sender has warned me to be super careful. Wow, it's well packed. And you know, I haven't pre-opened this to see what's in it before we do the presentation, which is always a very dangerous thing, to be honest. Always very dangerous. What have we got? What have we got? Oh my word! Awesome. A box in a box. Okay, if I hold on, will that work? You managed? You got it? Right. Okay, you hold that. Anything else in there? Is that just packing? I think that's just packing, isn't it? Right, we'll get rid of that one. There we are. Look, it's done. Okay, you got more rubbish? Yeah. Right. Good job. Okay. So it's a Senna Smart motorcycle helmet for Momentum. It's got all the Bluetooth stuff in it. I'm assuming that's what's been sent because that's a box, but it might just be an old helmet box. There might be something else in there. So if you want to open that up, let's see what's going on. Dum 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 dum. Sorry, Holly, I'm just way too focused on the box at the moment. Is it a difficult one? Oh, there you go. That's just, oh my word. Jeez. It is by the looks of it, it is a helmet, unless it's something that's wrapped up to look like a helmet. What have we got? Right, is that box? Right, box. What's that one? Is that just a spare? Oh, get that out of there. So the box is done. Okay. Another box down. Look at it. Look at the packaging. So much packaging. Okay, right. Well, helmet out of, well, I'm assuming it's helmet out of the bag. We've got 52 viewers, 68 thumbs up. That's fantastic. Right, don't drop the helmet. I have done that before. Brand new helmet, and it's just bounced on the floor. Yeah. I'm going to come round. I'll give you that cardboard back. You can stick it on the cardboard if you want. There you go. That's going to work, isn't it? Right, while you're working that out, I'm just going to take another look at these leggings, because, you know, seeing them in the flesh is just awesome, isn't it? See what we've got there? Look, we've got a little tachometer. What else have we got on there? Another bike. Bikes are good. Bikes are hot. Yeah, cruiser down there. Look, we've got, is it a speedo? We've got some micrometer. We've got vernier calipers. What the hell's that? Oh, it says pressure gauge. Look, there you go. Oh, we've got a Unimog. Just by your right buttock, Holly. Look at that. Oh, hang on. It didn't like that. I turned the camera. Got a Unimog with all the dimensions on there. I used to have a Unimog. They're very cool. We've got pressure gauges again. A vice. You've got a vice on your ass, Holly. And of course, the thumbprints or the handprints. A spanner. Honestly, you can spend hours just looking at these leggings, Holly. They are full of stuff. Very cool. Right, how are we getting on?
Okay.
Got distracted again. Damn. Oh, it's white. I could pretend to be a policeman on a farm bike. I could be a farm policeman. Jeez, right, pop it down. Oh, there might be some stuff on the inside of the helmet. Let's have a look. If you just roll it over carefully. Let's see what's... Jeez, I'm worried. I'm worried. There's some stuff. Bags of things. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. Some cables. Some more cables. Jeez. More cables. Any more in there? One more. Holy moly. Look at that. So the helmet, double XL, somebody got my size right. No. To be perfectly honest, this has been sent through by Jim, who has a dealership in the US. And I couldn't get this helmet here in New Zealand. They weren't available. And the helmet has got all the center radio gear built in, which is all, you know, the headphone, the speakers are in there, the mic's already in there. It's got the sender unit built in. They're not a sponsor of the channel, you know, they're not at all. But it's also got a camera as well, because you see a lot of motorcyclists now wearing GoPros sticking off the helmet like a big lemon sticking out the head. This has actually got the camera built in, so that's going to be... It's flashing.
Yeah, it's flashing. Does that mean it's recording?
It's actually flashing. What the hell? No, the camera's going to pick... Yes, there we are. Look, camera's... It's actually already on. I wonder if that's because we turned it upside down. Turn it off.
To do anything.
No, it's just still...
Maybe hold it.
Yeah, maybe hold it. Might turn it off. Don't know. I'll have to read the instructions. And then we've also got...
Oh no, here we go now. It's staying on.
Oh, maybe it's filming. I don't know. We've also got the leads that we needed that we're desperate for. Again, there was no stock in New Zealand or Australia for these leads, so we had to get them out of the US. Jim was extremely helpful ordering those in for me. And these leads are going to help to are needed to connect the SR10, that's the receiver unit from the helmet. So the helmet transmits to the SR10, and then it connects the SR10 to the handheld CB radio. So it converts it to a CB transmission, CB radio frequency. And then in the Ute, we've got a CB. So it's very cool. And it also means we're not relying on cell phone coverage. It's a completely separate system altogether that's standalone. Yep. And it also means that if I can't get hold of the Ute, I might be able to raise somebody else in an emergency. And that's because a lot of farmers use CB radios as well, and truckers and stuff. So very important.
Cool.
So we've also got, I think, yeah, that's part of the helmet stuff. That's part of the helmet stuff, different sort of earphone things, I don't know. And then in here, what have we got in here? Can you open up that one, Holly? Yes, because there's two of those. I'm not sure what they are. I can't remember now. What's it look like? Oh, I know what that is. That's an accessory kit. So it should have a push to talk button in it, maybe. Yeah, maybe that's what that is. Oh no. Maybe a bit more stuff in the bag.
There's a button.
Oh, there you go. Push to talk. Yeah, so that goes on your handlebars.
Okay.
And then you can press that when you want to transmit, just like on a CB.
Cool.
Yeah, good stuff. Wow. I'm very pleased it arrived in time because it could have got held up in customs for weeks. You know, so Jim, in fact, let's just... Do you want to pop that back? In fact, put it over here on this side here, because it could get knocked over on the table. Stick it over there, look. And we'll go.
Wrap it back up.
You can, yeah, wrap it back up, yeah, keep it safe. Good stuff. Get rid of those bags in the bin. Cool. Okay, let's get set back on the tripod because we've done a lot of stuff now. I think we've got one more thing to do. Okay, and you just pop all that over there as well if you want. While I sort the stools out. I wonder what time it is. Holy moly, it's 11:15. This is a long live stream. My apologies, people. I'll just have some more of this possible water. Just small sips in case it's something that isn't water. I just don't know. Right. Comments. There's going to be lots and lots of comments to catch up on, so I'm going to start to go back on those. So a huge thank you to Jim for sending that over. Jim, I didn't find any a note or anything in the box. You didn't see a note or anything, did you? Like a letter? So please, I know you're watching. Please let me know, Jim, if there is something in there. Flick me an email now or whatever, and we'll dig in and find it.
74 likes.
Oh, wow, we're going through the roof. This is phenomenal. Now let me try and find where we were. Oh, there's so many comments. What the hell's going on? I'm not used to this kind of moment, Holly. It's all your fault. Oh God, we're talking about pies. They're having all these private conversations because we've been so busy doing our own stuff. Oh yeah, I've caught up. Bear with me. Right, Elvert Clonen. Who doesn't like Holly? But seriously, Andy's equally. Sorry, I had to say that one again. Actually, Andy's equally as sexy. Nice. Steve, all joking apart, it's great to have capable women in our industry. It provides that it proves that there should be no barriers because of gender. Absolutely, no, I agree completely with that. And Holly, you do a fantastic job with at work. You do a great job in my workshop as well. Albert Cohen, but it is Alan Cook. Holly, let me know when you are going on a live stream again. Will do. Oh, here we go. Look. So Elvert used to have. I'm just going to rephrase it slightly because YouTube's not very happy with it. Elvert, who's a gentleman, used to have his hair all the way down to his buttocks. That's very long hair, mate. Good job. I'm not sure if I'm going to grow mine. To be perfectly honest, I couldn't cope with that. Pete Woodfine, how's the pies? The pies, I think, did pretty well, actually. I'm quite happy with how they went down. Yeah, not bad at all. And also consistent. Both pies were pretty much the same, weren't they? Yeah. And that's another issue with pies, is you can get one, which is fantastic, and then next week you go back and get another one, and man, it's not the same pie at all. That's right. Pants. Quality control, people. Albert, Steve, I agree. I'm a farmer, but I am a mechanic as well. As a man, I need more women to come in and help in the shop, as my hands are too large. Can't get in the gaps. Roger Heaps, the pies haven't changed your figure either, Andy. Thanks, Roger. Compliments again. Now then, where are we? Gary, needs some whiskey with that pie. Man, I wouldn't get any work done if I went on whiskey the first thing in the morning. Elvert, inhaling pastries is a bad practice. That's how far back the comments go. That's when you were starting to cough because you breathed it in. Simon Roll, it looks a good mince pie, not all gravy. Yeah, there was actually reasonable content of meat in there. It wasn't bad. Elvert, Simon, I do like gravy in my mince pies. Yeah, you gotta have a bit of gravy, but not too much. Make screw. Coke works better Coke works better for inhaling. So if you're gonna inhale something, inhale a Coke.
Fair point. Probably not the stuff you drink though.
No, sorry, I didn't get that. Yes, you're right. It's not my world. Albert, Maestro, it has a cute effect. Okay, Albert, suck out the filling, Andy. Oh my word, I'm not doing that on camera. Maestro, depends on the type of Coke. There you go. Just to clarify. Yeah. Albert, Maestro, there's a hell of a conversation going on here. One leaves yeah, okay, we got that one. Any spice in there? I'm a chili junkie, so I need my food to be hot. Nah, it wasn't spicy, was it?
No, luckily for me.
Yeah, you're not into that kind of stuff.
I don't do any spices.
Drew Dastardly, the problem with Greg's and Sayers pies in the UK is the volcanic lava of them. Yes, they're way too flowy. Steve, on my soapbox a little. There's such a skill shortage that we need to encourage the brightest and the best to come into the trade, whatever gender. It's irrelevant now with technology. Totally agree. Elvert, that's why you need plastic covers. Hang on, I'm just going to scroll a little bit. Well, working on tractors can be a bit hard as the parts are a tad heavy. Yeah, but you've got handling equipment and stuff to do that. You know, you could have two women share the load. Even better for the workshop, isn't it? Two's better than one. Speak from experience. John Tyson, I used to like the Stevenson's square pies we used to get in Christchurch, New Zealand, back in the 1960s and 70s. That would be a vintage pie, wouldn't it now? Steve, lifting the material handling equipment has come on massively. That's exactly what I was saying. Safe working means size or strength shouldn't be a restriction now. Drew, Steve, I have never found any opposition to females working in technical trades since the late 80s. Quite the opposite, in fact. Drew, it's still there in the institutions that feed the trades, schools, and recruitment process. Yeah, I remember when I was at school and I went to a career advisor. They brought somebody in for the day. They basically, asked me a few questions. What do you like doing? Oh, I fix things. Oh, you should be a mechanic, and that was it. I mean, I only had maybe 2 minutes with them because they had hundreds of people to get through, but it was really of no help at all. I mean, yeah, sure, I like mechanicking. There's no problem with that, and I was interested in it and pretty good at it. I seemed to have a good technical aptitude, but they didn't explore any other options. It was just, go and be a mechanic. Okay. And that was it. That was my career advice. Simon. Steve, some of it may be that it's seen as a dirty job. It takes a special type of lady who wants to do the job. Yeah, I mean, did the grease and grime ever put you off being a mechanic, Holly?
Not really. If you're going out for dinner or something, it does definitely take a bit longer to go and have a shower and get ready.
Get scrubbed up.
Get presentable again.
Yeah.
But it never really bothered me all that much.
No. So you didn't feel it was not a place that you wanted to be in because of the grime and the dirt.
But yeah, it does make it a bit harder if you need to go somewhere presentable, like immediately after work. That's the only instance, really.
Embray Smith, farm bike. Is that to visit your little sheeps? Don't forget the rubber boot. Don't forget their rubber boots. Oh, funny guy. No, I'm not into that, thanks. JJ, don't forget the Torbay Pie Shop. I haven't. I actually mentioned that to you yesterday, in Torbay. There's a pie shop there.
Yeah.
I haven't forgotten. When you drop off the CBC, well, unfortunately, Torbay is quite a distance from where I'm dropping the bike off. But we'll wait and see. I might be able to skip up there and go and get a pie. And you can bring Holly with you. Yeah, right. That's not going to happen. Holly's got to be at work.
Yeah.
Megstro, yeah, the best person for the job, no matter the gender. That's right. Steve, quite impressed with the pies. An extensive review. Thank you, Steve. Question for Holly. Why Classic Coke over Cherry Coke?
Oh, Classic Coke is the best. There is no argument there. Just original taste is best.
Yeah, that's your
just
favorite.
like my V's, I drink green V's, not blue V's.
Yeah, I can't do the blue ones. I did the green one about a week ago. I had one.
Settle that argument right now. Green V is best.
Yeah. Bruce Cleaver, given that you vary the length of time you class as cold, i.e. weak, could you include iron guts with the cold category? Yeah. Hey, it's not a regular thing that I eat pies that are a week old, but I have done it a couple of times, and I'm always very wary about it. But so far, I've been lucky, and it would never ever be a chicken pie. Forget that. That would be asking for some serious problems. Now, Evert. To me, a white bag means they know their pie is so good, they do not need to advertise it. Different opinions. Mysore, ouch. Drew, no hot bag can be recycled because any paper covered in grease has to go in the normal waste. If they falsely use a recycle symbol, they are illegal. Oh, that's good to know, actually. So if they get the grease out of the pie into the paper bag, which is bound to happen in it a bit, I mean, they weren't too bad, then they can't recycle it. Wow. I didn't know that.
No.
I didn't know that at all. It's a learning process. If we had never done the pie stuff, we wouldn't know that.
True.
Oh, golly. Elbert. I'm sorry, Andy. Holly, I need to milk in 4 hours and 30 minutes. Oh, you've got to get up early. I'm going to try and sleep. All right, Everett. I'm sorry, mate. It's gone on for a lot. This is 2 hours and 24-minute live stream. It's ridiculous. You got to sleep, mate. Have a good night. Elisma Del Knock. Hi, my name is JD. Hi, JD. Hope you're all good, mate. Say hi to JD.
Hi, JD.
Simon, on one like a saggy pie. It was a saggy pie. Ricky, Holly, what's the artwork on your upper arm?
That is a phoenix.
It's a very nice phoenix.
Under a moon.
Under a moon?
Falling through the clouds.
Oh, very arty.
Yeah.
What's in the box? Oh! What the hell? Patricia Young, that's my mum. And it's got gibberish. So I think she must have been hacked. Because that's spam. We keep getting these. Mum, you've been hacked. Blade Runner Adventures. Only just logged on. Wow, what a nice first view. Well, thank you very much. There's Holly here as well, by the way. Charles, you've got a vice on your ass, Holly. Laughing my ass off. Bruce Cleaver, love the one-legged cat on Holly's right thigh. Love the one-legged cat on Holly's right thigh. Right thigh. There isn't a one-legged cat. I think it's a typo. I think spell checkers fixed it. There must be something else. Tell me again, and just check what you're writing is good. Drew Dasley, give me a Simpson lid. Yeah, Simpsons are good. Holly's body is fantastic, but her genie eyes are beautiful. You're getting all the compliments now, aren't you? Genie eyes are beautiful. John, Andy, Bad Obsessions just released number 37 in the miniseries. I'll be watching it when you're finished. Mate, I would love to watch that today, but we are going to be working our ass off today. We plan to get the clutch one done for lunchtime. That's going to be pushing it. But I've got photos to take. We've got some little tiny short pieces to video to do. Got all sorts to do. Okay, right. We've caught up with the comments. We've got one more thing to do, and that is Jared from Forge, New Zealand. Jeez, has sent Tool Girl Holly an array of product for use in your workshop, in your new workshop. So let's go and take a look at that, see what we've got. So I'll just grab the camera again, turn it round, 3, 2, 1. Okay, Holly, if you want to come over here, and you'll find on the bench an array of stuff, and we'll just go through it and see what Jared sent you. So where do you want to start? Get rid of that. Dum 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 dum. Yeah, that's for the helmet. Try and get the wire out of the way. Okay, what have we got?
We have, is this some kind of bonding?
That
glue.
One, instant glue. Very good. Okay, for gluing for my mistake. Well, for your mistakes. Okay, so you've got some glue. Okay, good job.
And we've got some plaster.
For more mistakes. So that's the mistakes, the things that you're fixing, and that's the mistakes on your body when you get the ouchies. Right. So what else have we got?
We've got this. I assume that's a thread locker.
Ah, no, I'll tell you what that is. I've got one of these, and I did use it on a video not so long ago. If you've got a posi screw that's rounded, you can put this, just a couple of drops of this in there, and it helps the screwdriver end bite into the screw.
Oh, okay.
So you can get it undone. Really, really good, actually.
Cool.
I do like that idea.
And we've got some
grease. S401 grease. Yes, a spray grease. Yep.
Spray grease. So I can't read German, so.
No, I can't read German either. So we've got S400 full service. So that's like your CRC kind of, you know, just general service spray. Lubricant. What's that?
Wax.
Yes, for inside the cavities. A bit like an underseal, but it's a waxy stuff that you put inside. So you could use that on your car. You know, you could in the sills and stuff just to stop the stop corrosion.
Cool.
Yeah, good.
Awesome. And then we've got
Oh,
rust off.
Rust off. That's bloody good for obviously rusty bolts and bits and pieces. Very useful in the workshop.
Yep, and for older cars.
Yeah, they all have rust. What we got there?
What this one is.
Oh, hand cleaner. Yeah, there you go. Look, hand cleaner. Perfect.
Cool.
So you can keep your hands nice and clean and in good order.
Awesome. Black Magic.
Yeah.
We've used that before.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I use it in padlocks and ignition barrels and that kind of thing. It's really, really good for that.
Cool.
And also, the drawers, the sliders on your roll cabs.
Ah,
Very,
yes.
very good for that because it doesn't attract the dust. It doesn't stay tacky.
Yeah.
It's just a dry lubricant.
Cool.
You know.
And we've got silicone spray.
Yeah, she needs silicone spray. What else have we got?
We've got a couple cans of brake cleaner.
And some brake cleaner. Wow.
And a beanie, Forks branded beanie.
Ah, beanie as well for those really cold days when you want to keep your head warm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Awesome.
Man, you're getting all the gifts today, aren't you? You're a lucky girl. You got a workshop to work in. You've got a new outfit. I mean, we've got a new outfit for you to wear. That's fantastic. A beanie. Yeah, good job. Well done. No, that's really, really cool. Right, let's go back to the bench and we're going to have to sign this thing off, to be honest. It's going on forever. Not that I couldn't stay in the workshop with you forever. I mean, I'm not saying that at all. I'm sure I could, but we've got other things to do as well, haven't we? We've got to make some more videos, which is fun. So thank you again, Jared, for sending that through for Holly. She'll make good use of that, I'm sure. Right, where do we get to? Oh, Unimog. Yes, you've got a Unimog on your
Yes.
on your right, yes, right thigh, which I spent a long time looking for that Unimog diagram. Believe me, I wanted to get a Unimog on there because they're cool. Thank you, Bruce. Thanks for the clarification. How does it get one-legged cat and Unimog mixed up? That's ridiculous. Now then, where do we get to? Scrolling down, there's not too many. John, are you autistic? Who's that directed to? I don't think I'm autistic. Are you autistic?
Not that I know of. But...
Yeah. Maybe we've shown a trait this morning on the live stream. Somebody's gone, ooh, that autistic people do that. Alan Cook, check your email. I will, Alan, thank you. Steve, do bike clutches smell as bad as car clutches? They tend to just burn. They do smell when they're burnt, motorcycle clutches, but they tend to also, obviously, because they're running in the oil stinks as well. Bruce Cleaver, and can we see what you are looking at? Yeah, funny guy. Connor K. Andy, new episode of the Grand Tour just really. I know I'm not. Honestly, I'll maybe watch that tomorrow. I'm too busy today. I'll save it for tomorrow. I'll get my work done first, then I can play. Where are we now? Simon, no stave. Huh? Just engine oil smell being a lot better to do as well. About an hour's work. No Steve, just engine oil smell being. Okay, so Simon's answered that one. Steve, thumbs up. John Dwyer, you watch it later then. I will. Adrian says, hi, Holly.
Hello.
Steve, it's just like Christmas. It is. It's a super long live stream. Pete Woodfine, glad to see you again at long last, Holly. Cheers, Pete. What a bloke.
Awesome.
Very polite. UK Weekend Workshop. Uni, as in one, and Mog. Oh, God, I didn't get that at all. One-legged cat. Unimog. That's a dad joke. That is a classic dad joke. Yeah. What do you call a cat with one leg? A Unimog. I think we've reached the bottom of the live stream now. That's it, crew. We're going to have to sign off. I'd love to leave Holly with you for the next few hours, but we've all got things to do. And a live stream that's 2 hours and 34 minutes long is getting right up there for one of my live streams. Normally about an hour and a half, sometimes a bit shorter. Very rarely we clip the 2 hour mark, but it really is rare. Again, thank you again for the super chat that came through. I've forgotten the gentleman's name now. It's a million miles back on the comments. Thank you all for joining. It's been great fun this morning. It really has. And it's I think this is only the second live stream you've ever done, isn't it? Oh, you 3?
I've done 3, I think.
3 now. Okay, pretty cool. And thank you very much for not being late. You got out of bed, got here. It was good. It was really good because I was a bit anxious. You know, I get worried about you when you're not around. Anyway, okay. Thank you guys again. Really appreciate all the support. Jim, thank you very much for sorting out the helmet and the leads and all the other bits and pieces that are desperately needed for this bike trip. You know, without it, the videos that I produce would be nothing like what they're going to be. Huge help again, and thank you again to Jared for sending Holly the stuff through.
Yeah.
You know, really. Oh, there's that's actually the last envelope is something that I actually purchased, so you don't need to see that. It's not being sent in by a viewer. Okay, crew, we got to go. So a mini break and then crack on with that clutch on the DR. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching again. See you around. Say goodbye, Holly.
Goodbye, guys.
God, say more, because they've been waiting for ages.
Thanks for watching. Thank you to all the sponsors, and have a very good Christmas and Happy New Year.
Absolutely. And all the wonderful and amazing comments that came through this morning. They're just, and the ones for Holly as well, actually. They've been great.
You guys are always amazing.
All right, chaps. We'll see you next time. See you next Sunday, 8:30 a.m. New Zealand time. Holly won't be here.
No.
Okay. Goodbye. Cheers. Thank you again for all your support. Got to press the button.
Bye.
3. Say goodbye, Holly. Go on. Say it.
Goodbye, guys.
Blow him a Christmas kiss. Why not?